2 game.
So, last we left off, the champions of Iron had made their way to Yaha, Lufir's home island, and made your ways to the ruins of his home that were under an illusory necromantic type spell that replayed the last day of Yaha. You met Vendelius de Eilistray, the strange, exceptionally old drow wizard that lives on Yaha that has been waiting for Lufir. You guys made several trips into the strange illusion on Yaha. And the final trip, you released a freshly risen lich, made against his will into a lich, and has declared war, presumably against Orcus or Vecna, whoever it was that decided to release the plague on Yaha. He raised several fighters, including his brother, and they are now on the warpath, thanks to some input from Lufir's mother as well as Vendelius. You guys are now aware that the warpath most likely involves destroying the entirety of the Yaha port and turning them into undead for their Lich's army.
And probably other problems, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, you guys arrive back to Yaha port the same day. It is nearing late afternoon, probably about 4 o'clock or so. You have alerted the guards. They have begun setting up battlements in the form of guard towers and barricades. However, as you can now see via this map that I drew up for y'all, there's not really any walls, and you don't know how long you have before anything might show up. So, with that in mind, you guys you finished your tea or short rest at the mayor's house, and you now have however much time until the fighting begins to call in whatever companions that you can from afar, as well as assist with building any barricades, finish any last minute things you need to do.
Working on a message right now, which she's writing down and will show the party when it's finished to be like, hey, does this look about right? To send to her mom. Because it's my mom that I can speak to, correct?
Your dad does not. Ring. Yeah, your dad does not have it.
He does not have his ring.
He's also currently not with your mother.
Yes, but she can do sending. She can speak with him. I think that was something that was established because I remember asking that question of what if you need to speak to each other and they have the ability to do sending between each other?
They do.
It's not as foolproof as the rings, but it is possible.
Impossible.
They have means of contact. They can't cast sending. It's not a druid spell.
Okay, they have means of
contact. They have means of contact.
I specified. I know I specified. Because that was a thing that she was worried about. Of how can you get a hold of Dad if I have his ring? Other hunters.
Animal Messenger is a wonderful spell.
It is a wonderful spell, it just takes longer. I can afford the and here.
So while Gray types that out...
Yeah, concentrating.
Anybody else have plans for what they want to try and accomplish as far as defense goes? You want to help the guard building barricades and towers? Do you want to secure some of the outer areas? Do you want to set up a defensive inside?
I was thinking.
What are you doing with the villagers, etc.?
I was thinking, since we have such a large area to contend with, we should bring as many as we can to the inner rings to this area, and defend this entire cordon, basically, from that point out. Trying to figure out how to draw here. Like, this entire area, just keep that defended, this inner circle.
Are there any ships at the port?
Yours.
Just ours?
Okay.
That won't hold the entire town, though.
No. I was like, if there's
But I
ships at the port, we could always take the civilians there.
With the Martia's gift, the water, we could get them, get the townspeople to this area. They would actually respond. To this area, and just put a defensive perimeter around that area.
I
town can
don't
be
know.
rebuilt.
Well, yes, but I don't know if that'll be quite as effective. I mean, I'd have to talk to Elson herself, and I mean, I could, because I can do that once a day, see how well she could defend it. But Elson's abilities, which is I'm assuming who you're meaning, because my abilities with water are very limited.
Yeah, so that's what I meant.
Okay. So I'd have to talk to her to clarify all her abilities, but I believe she also is best in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of utilizing her as like a last resort if like they get so far as to the ocean somehow, some way. If there is a way we can get the civilians like out of the way, that would be wonderful.
Trying to defend this entire outer rim, the village up in the farmlands, the windmill, and then to the right side, is going to be chaos.
Right, no, I agree.
Coming in from.
If
So
there's a way,
tactically
if there's a way we can funnel them in.
Tactically speaking, we need to control where they're attacking from and where they can go.
Yeah. Nate, do I know? Have I experienced my parents using the spell plant growth?
Probably not.
That's a druid spell. Damn it!
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Cool. Why does the top look so weird?
Top of what?
Top of what?
The top of Roll20. Like the font is different. I'm not seeing the symbols. It's very odd.
What symbols? What font?
Un momento, por favor.
Yeah, take a screenshot.
You're on
We'll take a
Firefox
screenshot.
or what?
I am on Firefox, yes.
Okay.
Zelda install any plugins or change some font stuff?
I would hope not, because that would mean she did it without telling me. And
That's a
I'm
no-go.
going to kill someone if that is exactly the case. 1 second. Also, how does my message look?
That is directed to you all, not me.
For the most part, yes. Nate, you do make comments on my messages sometimes, but yes, it's mostly to you.
Oh, your
all, and
icons
that's
didn't
fine.
load in.
Oh.
I guess not.
No, you might
But
need to
everything's
launch
working.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like your the chat, art library, journal, compendium, all that didn't load in. I don't know why it showed up as QNIULY.
I don't either, which is why I got really, really concerned. Oh, shite. My
What?
character sheet. Okay, my character sheet works. Mostly. It still looks weird. I'm going
Just
to...
relaunch it.
Let me just really quickly make this roll. You said at advantage?
Yeah,
And the
Okay.
message looks fine.
because this is magic you would be
Morally agrees.
intimately familiar with.
Oh, whoops. I don't think it... No, wait. Yeah, no, I wasn't supposed to necessarily have the guidance. Unless I could have the guidance. I forgot to turn that off.
I do what I think I can do.
I don't know, can you?
Closing that off.
Do you think you can do anything, Ronnie?
Oh no, sorry, I'm mumbling to myself
do
very
it,
loudly.
Okay, you would be aware of the plant growth spell and its ability to grow lots and lots and lots of areas worth of plants if cast over the course of about 8 hours.
Okay. So, I'm with now knowing that I have that knowledge. Roll20 is still loading for me, so let's give it a minute. With having that knowledge, I'll also turn to the group and be like, there is maybe a way if I talk to my parents, it's possible we could possibly make the growth even thicker around so that they have an ease into a particular area and we can focus that. As far as we know, they only have the 5 of them right now, right?
So you want to make a funnel into the city.
Into a specific area where we can fight. That's my thought. And no, it did not change anything, by the way, guys. Roll20 is
Yeah.
being dumb.
Just
Okay.
small clarification. The plant growth spell, when cast over the course of 8 hours, will enrich the land, but it is still a very slow process. It enriches it for a year. It's mostly to improve harvests and encourage growth over the year.
Okay,
get
so
So
it
it
doesn't
would
like...
not be an immediate thing. You don't, especially with the 20 or a 23, it would not be immediately useful in the regard that you were thinking.
Okay.
I would suggest we start building barricades and finding
Yeah.
places we want to funnel into, cordoning off as much as possible.
Cut down like local trees, build it into walls
It's a
that'll
good thing
funnel.
that this place has plenty of trees.
Building walls would take a lot longer than building barricades.
Would
You'd want to build barricades.
Spiked barricades.
Yeah, this is over here. There's a little example of what they're currently building.
My wonder comes into the
Yeah.
concept of, is there other boats nearby the island of Yaha?
There might be other passing sailors.
Okay.
None of you are particularly familiar with the coming and going of seas, aside from Lufir a little bit.
The important thing right now, which might be of some advantage, is if we can find somebody with the skywriting spell to write in the sky, send help.
Who would reply?
Yeah.
Any
And why
boat
would they?
out in the ocean might come to shore to send assistance.
Yes, but then
We
there is a
can't
possibility
control
that
which
the
boats.
Lich will see.
Yeah.
This
The
wouldn't be a possibility.
Sorry,
The
Fucking
Lich is
writing in
probably
the
gonna
sky,
see it.
he's probably gonna see.
Why would a
Probably
random
gonna see it.
passing? Why would a random passing ship see this? and
Also,
immediately-
reminder, Yaha is currently in the war zone.
Hmm.
These are the islands that are being fought over.
Yeah. It would
So
not necessarily be something beneficial to us, and we either run into 2 problems. One, we just have another basically boat full of fodder, depending on how powerful this guy is. 2, we just end up having another enemy on the shores and causing even more of a problem. And we already don't know fully what this guy is capable of or what we have to deal with, which is why we're kind of overshooting it with all the people we're calling for.
that too.
So, plus, third problem, Lich is gonna see it, and who knows. Plus, if we just say send help, even if it's send help, we, one, don't guarantee who's gonna come here. Even if we could, they may not realize it's from us. I don't know how much the Skywrite spell can write, and it might be even more limited than the sending spell that I use, and that's 25 words.
Oh,
It's
it is
about
very
6
limited.
seconds.
Yeah, so literally if we just say send help, that's like, okay, where?
Send
That's kind
help
of the point.
where?
It's right to the port. That's why you do it right at the port line. Send
Then
help.
how do we know somebody's gonna see it?
We don't, but it's still
Exactly.
worth a shot.
If you
I'd
think
say our
you,
effort
if
should be
you
put
really
somewhere
think it's
else.
that important to do it, I ain't gonna stop you.
No.
I don't
I
think
will,
she can do
however, I will, however, like make you regret it if it fucks us over in the end.
it. I was gonna make a joke, but now's not the time to make that joke.
Level is Skywrite. Second level. Yeah, Ronnie can do it.
I can.
Oh,
That's
Ronnie
why
can.
I suggested the
I thought
spell.
I didn't know if it was a bard spell or not. Oh wait,
Mhm.
what's the bard spell? 'Cause it freezes
10
the
words.
Okay. 10 words. Okay.
And it lasts for an hour. It's a concentration spell, by the way.
I'm aware. That's why I suggested it, because I've been off and on thinking about getting that spell for one reason or another.
Like I said, if you think you can pull it off and it's useful, go ahead. Just better not fuck us up in the end.
All right. Well,
I mean-
in the meantime, Amartia takes a step aside to send a message.
I'm going to send one to Nicholas and them to let them know what's going on and to be ready for transport.
Yeah. So I get the ring, twist it kind of nervously, and be like, "Hey, Mom, Lich coming to Yaha Port. Need you and Dad. Please bring Nicholas and other hunters. We'll explain in greater detail when here."
Okay. There is a little bit of a pause, as always. And then your mother replies, I'll send word to your father. I'll be there tomorrow.
On the back of tomorrow.
She's not
No.
riding Princess Bubblegum's bird.
No, it only takes 6 hours.
Marty just kind of takes a breath. Thank God. Comes back to the group. Mom's gonna send
Okay.
word to my dad. She'll be here tomorrow. That's the fastest she
Hopefully
can do.
he's not here before then.
Hopefully not. I do have also the idea of talking to Fezra, the lamphead that lives in my grove. But unfortunately, the closest pond that I know of that's here is the one over by where Vendelius is. So,
I mean, I can go with you. Do that. We need to stop by. I need to talk to the Vendelius as it is.
and don't you need to also talk to your mom?
I mean, she's pretty much just going to hit me again.
Yeah, but what about your dad?
We'll
I thought
talk to
she
her
was
too.
gonna maybe go find your dad.
We'll talk to her too. But I need to see if Vendelius will help us.
I mean, I can think of a very good reason why he's gonna help us.
Same. That's why I don't want you to be there in case he kills me.
We need both.
We need both. And there's no guarantee both will come.
Right.
So,
I mean,
would you want to go talk to my mother first or to the lake first?
I mean,
Your mother probably.
I almost want to say the lake so that if Vandelius kills him, he also doesn't kill me in the
Exactly.
process.
That's what I was thinking. Let's go to the lake.
Okay,
Okay,
remember,
so-
it's gonna take some time.
Lufir and Amartia are heading to the lake.
Or pond.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
what
Does
it's
have
next to the
specifically
lake,
be a
so.
pond. It is next to the lake, so.
Lufir, go ahead and make survival at advantage because Amartia is assisting more than likely.
Yeah.
Find your way there via direct route instead of having to, instead of winding your way around.
Well, 18. And my score, if he needs it, is.
He doesn't.
Okay.
An 18 is enough. Takes you
I was
guys
gonna say,
a
plus
couple of
7.
hours as per usual because the forests are particularly dense the further in you get. But Lufir's keen sense of direction, thanks to his keen mind and his general idea of where the lake is compared to where you are, not much of an issue.
Cool.
Valeria, Abyss, and Lorelei, what are the three of you doing while they are gone?
Helping build barriers and towers.
Okay, so Valeria is assisting with barricades and towers. Abyss?
I don't know what that is.
Shoot, I'm not there. I can't make a suggestion, or can I? Can I make a suggestion?
I mean, you can make a suggestion out of character. It's fine.
Okay. Some people get snarky. See if there are any bomb shelters the citizens can hide in, maybe.
Bomb
Bomb shelters?
Bomb shelters?
I mean, wrong terminology, but the point
I
stands.
thought that's what they're called. They're called the underground shelters.
I think it's
A
just
safe
called
house.
bunkers.
Or safe houses. I've always
I'm
heard
gonna-
them as bomb shelters when it comes to World War.
Yeah.
period
Yeah,
stuff.
that's the right terminology for a shelter from bombs. There are no bombs in this universe.
Okay.
So
I'm
it would
gonna help
it'd be a it'd be a s-
Yeah,
it'd
I'll
be a
help
safe
with the
house or an underground
I'll help
shelter.
with, like,
Okay.
I'll help with the shelters and such.
Okay, they don't have one.
Mm.
Would you like to attempt to create one? You want to go fortify a building? What do you want to do?
We could fortify a building.
Okay, what building would you like to fortify?
What? Question.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks kind of large. You could use
It's the
that
church.
one. What about this one?
It's the mayor's house.
Really big question.
Yeah,
Here's the next biggest
How
house.
big is the mansion?
the mayor's estate.
No.
Vendelius's mansion.
Yes.
It's quite sizable.
Could it hold the town?
So many rooms.
That's an interesting question.
That is brilliant, because I
That
just
is-
like I thought of it as soon as you said the mansion.
That's a hopefully good idea. It's just a convincing Vendelius.
Nate,
Hold on, I'm reading through the spell to see. I don't think there's a maximum occupancy.
Because
I
he's
don't think
been
so,
building it
no.
over years.
Yeah, the issue is because of the way he's built it, he can't move it.
Correct.
we can bring it to him.
But we can
Bring
move them.
I
Want to
do not
trek
think we'd be
villagers
able
through the
to-
woods.
That might be hard.
You guys would change this from a town defense to an escort mission.
Oh, no. Fuck that. I hate protection detail.
Especially when you consider the fact that we don't know where he is, which it's already kind of risky that me and Luffy are going out. At least we're going out by ourselves, so it's easier to hide. Trying to trek an entire town. This is not Eldest. This is not
Nope.
the second book in the Inheritance Cycle. We're not doing that.
An entire town of whining, crying villagers.
It was worth a thought.
It
Oh,
was.
shit,
That was a
no
very
wonder.
interesting
Worth a
idea.
thought. It was
Yeah,
definitely worth a
unfortunately,
thought.
he could come here
what's
and make a new mansion, but he would lose the old one.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, you'd have to make him a pretty nice offer to get him to do much of that. Anyway, back to the fortifying of a building. The church is
not
a
a bad
large
idea.
building. The mayor's house is a fairly large building.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to fortify those legally.
You can ask.
How about the big one behind the church? This one.
That's the mayor's house.
That's the
The
mayor's
mayor's
house.
house. I mean,
What about this one next to the mayor's house?
These dock warehouses.
We could do the dock warehouses.
There's a
Honestly,
lot of
it's-
entrances and they're very large.
I was gonna say the church is probably one of the best bets. I mean,
Church
that's
also
what
has a
it's
lot
one
of
the
doors.
easiest hits.
They can still be fortified. Either the warehouse. I mean, if the mayor is willing to offer up his mansion, that's probably something you guys might want to talk to them about. Of being like, hey, we need buildings that we can fortify, to put civilians in that are not going to be able to fight. That's pretty standard, especially in such a big
Yeah, it-
situation where,
Maybe if Abyss
Soldiers
just
are
ran
making
that by
calls.
him.
yeah,
You
That way
guys,
you
you
can
guys
also
wanna
get
you guys
his
wanna
input.
trust Abyss to go do the charismatic talking?
I'm not here, so I can't help you there.
I'm.
Lorelai
having
is
to
currently with her.
I know.
That was
Lorelai, you're coming with me. You're
There you go.
you're the mouse.
there
Yeah.
it is.
But they can go
That's
as a
one
team,
way
of
to
course.
put it.
Well, look, my whole plan was I was gonna try and motivate the citizens so they feel more comfortable and motivate the soldiers so they can work harder. So either way, that's my plan all along. I'm just gonna try and keep people's spirits up.
Okay.
I mean, you
Now
can
you're
certainly
doing
inspire
persuasion.
individuals.
Yeah, no, I know
Don't wink.
inspiration of individuals. I'm just trying to like keep spirits up, keep everyone
Keep
kind of.
morale up.
There you go, morale.
Okay.
You know, play songs to calm the masses, so there isn't like horror and terror as we lead them. Hey, we're gonna go this way, but follow the music to safety or whatever kind of crap.
Trying to be
Okay.
the Pied Piper.
Well, for now,
Yeah, there you go.
you're tagging along with Abyss to the mayor's house.
That's fine.
Okay, so first and foremost, Valeria, you are attempting to assist with building.
Yes.
You are not proficient in any tools that would be useful
No.
for this situation.
And I am not strengthy.
Unfortunate.
But I have already said.
So how would
Yes.
you like to contribute? You already said yourself you're not that strengthy, so I assume you don't want to be directly building. Or would you like to assist?
By exploding.
I don't want to.
You can help put people in the fortified shelters.
You gotta fortify that building first.
Yeah, we're trying to.
We can
You can
fortify
inspire
with
people to
dead.
help fortify it.
That's a
how's your
Lorelei
Well,
thing.
intelligence there,
we
Shred?
need permission from the mayor first.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
what
try
you
to
guys were up
convince the
to.
mayor.
Valeria.
That's what you guys are doing.
Wait.
Question.
Answer.
Reds, how's your intelligence?
My intelligence is phenomenal.
Shreds has the best scores out of the whole group.
My intelligence
Okay.
is an 18.
I knew that because you'll see where I'm going. Why not help figure out the schematics you need to get the barricades up? For
Like
like
come up with
figuring
a
out the better
better
materials.
schematic.
Yes.
You can make the blueprints and shit.
Yeah, like make the blueprints and help delegate
I was gonna
for the
say,
people who are strengthy.
for you, with your
I
intelligence,
could help with that.
Question. Which one's the mayor's house?
The one
Mayor's
you're at.
house is the
That now
one
has a
behind the
purple
church.
square on it.
Okay.
Yes, that one.
Perfect. I'm gonna do something for my own sake.
What are we doing?
Something for my own sake.
Okay. I have no idea. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so I get an idea of what everything is.
This one's the church if you need that. Which god though? There are multiple gods in this universe.
Just God's house.
No, he spelled that
God's
right.
frat house.
Gods is in plural.
There's a lot of them.
Girl.
I was about to correct that, and I was like, no, that one's correct.
We
Some
know at
sort of
least
fish.
5.
Yeah, we know at least 5. And a few more, because we've written them down.
Imagine being like a fucking paladin in this situation.
The R and the N do not look right in this game when they're next to each other.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Abyss,
To be
you may
fair.
not be mechanically playing a paladin, but you pretty much are.
I'm back to where I started with Nemia.
Just way
Okay.
better at hitting things.
Yeah. Hey, how's your charisma?
Her charisma, not great.
Never mind. I was gonna say maybe you can multi-class.
It's only a 12.
Ah, damn, you're 1 point off.
From a 13.
If
Uh-huh.
Lufier gave her the ring, she could multiclass into paladin.
Yeah.
That's Lufier's current goal is multiclassing paladin. So no particular need to double up on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Valeria, what are you doing
I'm helping design the blueprints
for a better barricade?
for a better barricade.
Okay, give me that intelligence, baby.
Intelligence.
None.
Don't fail me, please.
Man, if only
Oh.
if only somebody had bothered to inspire some friends before you split up.
Yeah, guys. If only you would have accepted Lorelei's inspiration before running off like a bunch of cowards.
I I didn't run off.
Okay.
You ran off.
So,
don't need it.
I didn't
Coward.
run off. You
I've
ran off
inspired
without
other
me.
people.
So Valeria spends the next couple of hours trying to draw up a
Fine.
blueprint for a better barricade, only to realize that she has come up with the design for the barricades they're already using. 3 sticks in the ground.
I even had pictures on my phone.
Looks
I
familiar.
tried.
Looks up.
Wait
Oh.
a second.
They look like this.
What is that
But
really
wood.
bizarre spell that you can move Earth with, block by block?
Is it
It's a
move
cantrip.
It's mold earth.
Mold
I
earth.
have it.
Mold Earth. Why don't we have just a bunch of people with mold Earth creating like potholes all over the place?
Only one of
'Cause
you
there's
has
only
that
one
spell.
of us has it.
Her parents
How
don't
about-
even have that spell.
Does
No, I mean,
anybody
like,
in the no?
Yeah,
Probably
did the
not.
regular townspeople?
They don't have magic.
No.
This is a low magic setting, boys.
Oh, yeah.
The cleric in the fucking God's house is only level 2.
Oh lord.
Yeah, he can
Wait,
cast Cure
really?
Wounds, and that's about it. Yeah, low magic setting, man. There's not a whole lot of high level clerics unless they're being dreamed up by a small child, or they're in a very large city.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there was one in a very large city. That's how we got Abyss back to life.
That was in the dream created by the child.
Thought that was
What?
someplace else. My apologies.
That was. Oh my God, you're right.
Yep, that was a dream created by a small child. Anyway, what's worse than a murderer? A child.
No.
I
Hey,
agree.
it's better than the Nightmare Engine. Have you guys heard about the Nightmare Engine?
No, and I don't want to.
So,
Yeah.
when beholders dream, they become reality. So, a particularly malevolent creature that takes control of a beholder's dreams can make things real. The Nightmare Engine is an aboleth that takes control of of a beholder and starts
I'm
spewing
almost-
out nightmares.
I'm almost certain the sentence I said was, "I don't want to know."
I
I
think
did.
it's best that we do know, just in case.
We already ran into an aboleth once
Just
in the previous
case.
campaign. It almost ate Kristoff.
It was not fun.
It wasn't going to eat him.
I
He was
would-
going to be a
It
mind
almost stole him
slave.
away.
Yeah.
It almost stole him away.
You're
It
mine
ate my
now.
And then
It's
Autumn
gonna
saved
eat my
him.
brain.
Yeah.
Who are these
We
people that you speak of?
What is this world?
It's the same world, but older.
You should
They're
stop
younger.
eating before you go to bed.
Oh wait, I thought.
This one
I thought we're
happens
playing
before.
In the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant the other one is the older. Okay.
Yeah, the other one is the older one, not this one.
I am the older one here. Look at me. I am the
Okay.
older.
So now, Lorelei and Abyss, you both arrive to the mayor's house. Lorelei kind of being like dragged along.
Usually. Would you know?
That's not how that works.
I don't think a beholder is a playable.
Yeah, no, Beholder is not a playable race yet.
I mean, we could make
Oh,
it.
shit.
I once got a
Tell
sheet
me-
of someone who tried to make a beholder born paper thing.
Try and tell me nobody has thought of trying to make Beholders a playable race.
I would
Try to tell
play
me
it.
that.
I would play it.
I don't think anybody's tried
I
to
really
make a
wanna play as
beholder a race.
racist orb.
I would totally be the beholder from Futurama.
Please don't tell my boss.
Anyways, we have some mayor convincing to do.
You do that, I gotta run
Not
downstairs.
we, they.
Okay.
I'll be back.
So Abyss and Lorelei, you arrive back to the mayor's house that you left not too long ago. Knock, knock, knock.
Wait, what are we trying to convince him of?
Letting you all, or letting us barricade one of the buildings, or multiple,
Fortify it so that citizens can go hide in it.
like a shelter.
The mayor answers the door personally. Oh, back again? Okay, nope.
Oh,
Morg, it's nice to hear you again.
sorry, I zoned out for a second there. Hi, yes, Mr. Mayor, our fantastic group has struck this wonderful idea of fortifying some of the buildings around here and bringing the civilians in. We need your permission to fortify the buildings.
Well, depends on which buildings, I suppose.
I look over at Abyss and just like, blank stare at the mayor just pointing at her.
Yo,
So, which buildings?
we're thinking of using the church since it's the largest.
I suppose if you include the crypts, that'd be true.
Oh shit, there's crypts.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
crypts.
inter the dead here because it's mostly humans.
Yeah, we could use the crypts for a bunker.
I mean, I suppose if you'll have to be talking to the priest about that one. I can give you authorization, but you'll need his permission.
Yeah, we can ask the priest.
He cares pretty deeply about the people, so if you just let him know that it's for the protection of the commoners, he'll should play along.
Okay.
Right, well, if there's any other buildings that you need help, just let me know. And we are already requisitioning some additional lumber, so there's going to be a lot of trees getting cut down. And, yeah, just come by if you need anything. I've got pamphlets.
Okay.
Right,
Thank you, Nate.
long live the revolution.
Woo.
Long live the revolution on.
Great, so you both depart the mayor's house and make your way to the church. You arrive to a very Eastern-style church, high, singular tower with a long building attached. Inside, there are multiple altars to several gods, mostly Seldarine, elven pantheon. And there is a priest, the quote-unquote high priest. As I said earlier, he's a level 2 cleric.
He's the high priest of the town.
He's also one of the only. There's like 3 priests here.
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar?
Hello, sir. We would like to make this place to have a sort of fortify a bunker for the protection of the people.
The priest turns around to face you, and you see, amongst all of the humans and the few elves, the priest is a lone dragonborn in this city. He's very skinny. His scales are practically falling off. He doesn't look old, just sickly. But he turns around. Well, yeah, you want to be fortifying the church?
Yeah.
Yeah, to help like protect the people so they don't get injured during the attack.
And what's this attack then?
There's gonna be some liches.
Some
there's
bitches,
gonna
you
be one lich
say?
and a couple of. It's gonna be a lich and a couple of skeletons.
I don't see why we gotta be afraid of any bitches.
I thought you said he was sickly, not like.
Yeah. It's hard of hearing.
I
That's part of being sickly.
hearing.
Hmm?
Not always, but okay.
In this case, yes.
I mean, I would call a lich a bitch, but I'm just talking about the skeleton wizard sort of stuff.
Oh boy, some undead boys. Okay, well,
Yeah.
these are hallowed grounds. I suppose as good a place as any. So, alright. Start bringing people in, I suppose.
Okay.
Make sure they bring foods and blankets and things. We don't got a lot to go around.
Yeah. I'll make sure of that.
You're great. I'll get Lethanox to start bordering the doors.
Okay.
Lethanox! You lazy boy, get over here. And he goes off and you see he's approaching a young dragonborn boy.
All I can think of is when Matt cosplayed as Victor for a Halloween episode of Critical Role. That is the image in my
I
head.
can't do this the whole time or I'm going to go crazy.
You're gonna have to go run into the street for an hour.
Sounds fun.
Okay, so
So fun.
he instructs one of the altar boys to start barricading some of the doors and making preparations for people to rest on the pews and to clean down in the crypts, which he's not happy about.
The crypts are scary.
These are
Only
hallowed
maybe.
grounds, so as
You're
long as they
safe,
as long as they
mostly.
haven't been tainted, you're good.
Again.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can wipe down the taint.
You can wipe up it too.
Nope. Moving on.
If you do that, that makes things a bit more hairy.
Dear God.
Stop burning the ground.
I had to resist the urge to join in anyway. So you have permission and authorization to begin barricading and fortifying the church. There are a lot of windows, and there's 3 large doorways. So it's going to be a chore. Lorelei, you said you wanted to start shepherding people in.
Aye.
And then Abyss, now that you've secured a building, you want to start barricading windows and doors? or-
Yeah.
All right.
Word.
Go ahead and how would you like to assist in this? Based on how you respond, will determine which stat you're using.
Since there's probably a lot more of them, we'll probably do it with the windows.
Okay, so you're gonna personally start barricading the windows?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to please give me strength checks.
No, don't call her that. Don't call her that.
She might actually hurt you for calling her that. Okay, so Abyss starts trying to barricade the large stained glass windows. Lots of nails. Lots and lots of nails. Lorelei starts going about town, starting
In her
in...
saintly manner.
Dear Lord. Stupid God's
Sorry,
house
saintly
boxes.
manner.
Cleric Lorelei sounds frightening.
No, I didn't know. Please no.
I believe somewhere there's a decent homebrew luck domain
We can bless them with fire.
for Bashava and Timora. All
I
right.
mean, wouldn't Bashaba also fall under Trickster? A Trickster domain?
Yeah.
So there's that. Oh, Lordy.
So,
That's a terrible-
meanwhile, out in the woods,
Hi.
Lufir and Amartia, you're making your way
Downtown.
to
Oh,
making your way to the pond.
To the what kind of...
Yep.
S-
Lufir, how long
Aye.
can you hold your breath?
I guess we're going to find out.
How long can
I
you
don't
hold
know.
your breath? Is it more than a minute?
I don't know.
enough.
Well,
We'll get
find
there
out.
when we
And I'll
get
throw
there.
him into the pond.
Okay. So, you're gonna give him a chance to take a deep breath or no?
Slightly.
Do you have a spell for getting people to breathe underwater?
Give me a dex save, Lufir.
I do. I don't need it right now. He just needs to hold his breath for a minute. He's fine.
Okay, so you do manage to get a deep breath in before she drags you into the water. You can hold your
Yeah.
breath for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
She
he's
takes
fine.
you to the bottom of the pond
Uh-huh.
and pushes you into the ground. You're being pinned by a small tiefling girl, and then you sink.
A tiny, tiny tiefling girl.
You're being tackled by the team baby.
sadly, yes.
What are you talking about? Rachacha's not tackling him.
Not this time.
No, I'll tackle him soon enough.
Soon. Someday.
Soon.
I mean,
Anyway.
Ratchet uses him as a vehicle, so...
So, yeah, he does. And he does, in fact, tackle and climb him. So, Lufir, you feel yourself sinking down through the mud. Do you want me to take this to Whispers again, or are you fine with sharing everybody what your place is now?
Nah, let's do it in Whispers just because that leaves a mystery for the 2 people who haven't gone in there yet.
Sharing
Okay.
is caring, though. Sharing is caring.
No, it's not. Shut up.
Won't be shared one.
Okay.
Hello.
So, Lufir, as you sink into the mud, you suddenly emerge on a separate area
Hmm.
up into more water. Amartya
yay.
very soon following you and swimming her way up and out. You
That-
emerge in a very quaint little pond in what looks to be a fairy grove. There is a very dark-skinned nymph tending the garden nearby. Several different breeds of trees and flowers dot the landscape. You recognize some of the plants as the tea that Vendelius had requested. There's sweet flowers and other edible plants, including, I believe, 1 or 2 berry bushes.
Yeah, a couple brambleberry briars.
Mm-hmm. And sort of in like the centerish area of the glade is a pillar with a stone bowl, and inside, growing out of it, is a very large, bigger than your head, what looks to be a bowl made of rose, like rose petals making a form of a bowl, and it is slowly seeping reddish liquid.
Oh,
What
lovely.
looks like the same reddish liquid that I had in the vial when I came back.
One that smelled like blood.
Yep.
But as you arrive, the dark-skinned nymph... Oh, you're back. Hello.
Hello.
Ezra, this is one of my other companions, Lufir.
She comes over and immediately starts examining you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Yes?
Fezra, we have by the way, Lufir, this is Fezra, the lampad that I told you guys about.
I give her a little bow. Very nice to meet you.
Very formal.
My mother would hurt me if I did not treat you with just respect.
No, she has a lot of other reasons to hurt you. But, Fezra, we kind of have a problem in the material realm. There's a lich that's about to completely decimate a town. It's kind of our fault, and I was wondering if maybe you might have some suggestions. Maybe you can summon something that would be helpful. I don't know.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It couldn't be.
Maybe for you, it's not for me. I'm actually rather stressed about it. Very stressed, actually.
We've got some fun people showing up to help out. It would be great
Yeah.
to do it as well.
So you want me to assist?
If you can, I'm honestly basically grasping at straws and trying to get as much help as I can. So I figured I might as well ask if you could help.
I am capable. I can't quite leave the grove like you do, so bringing him might have been a poor decision if you wanted to take me out.
No, that's how that worked.
Or you could make 2 trips. That's not too much to ask.
I mean, you could drop me off and I can go to talk to Vendelius by myself.
I mean, I feel like I have to drag your ass out of here. So
That's what I mean,
2
you could
trips.
Take me out,
works.
then come back. And I can go talk to Vendelius while you're here.
I don't know how much help I'll be, particularly, you said lich, so undead?
Uh-huh. And he already has 4 undead with him.
Hmm. I
One of which is his
am
brother?
of some use against undead, but
And there is
I
water.
don't know how helpful I'll be.
She's not a water nymph.
No.
I am a rot nymph.
I
And she
mean-
just kind of puts her hand up near your nose, and you catch a scent that smells like mushrooms and rotting vegetation.
It smells familiar.
There beings that could be summoned, or creatures that could be summoned that might be helpful?
Depending on how long I have, I could go find some carrion worms, maybe.
She could do
I
that while
don't
we
know
set
how
up
long we
fortifications.
I don't know how long we have, to be honest.
If you have means of getting to the Feywild, I could find some other nymphs to assist.
Hold on to that idea. My mother will be going to the Feywild, I believe.
Hopefully.
Maybe she
I
can
mean-
travel.
There are many courts to ask for aid if you are capable.
See?
They will, of course, require a gift.
They do, and I'm not exactly. Wait, before I say that in character, do I understand what a fake court enough to figure out who to ask, or because I don't think I do, but I just want to know. So I assume my parents have dealt with the Fae, but probably not to the degree that I would know.
Oh, your father in particular is very familiar with Fae.
Okay.
But you probably don't have too much. You've probably dealt with some of the Veruin court occasionally. Particularly, there are members of the Fae that frequently travel due to the portal that the Archdruid or the Fae keeps open.
Mm-hmm. But not enough to understand their politics to be able to pinpoint which ones to ask.
I mean, you probably wouldn't know who to ask. You have a pretty decent idea of what to bring as gifts, though.
Oh, which would be?
Sweets, pretty things. Brachcha.
I
A
don't
tamed
wanna give
animal is an
squirrel.
excellent gift.
I don't want to bring my squirrel. I don't want to bring my squirrels.
Yeah.
So sweets.
Depending on who you're dealing with, especially pixies and fairies and sprites, they will do an enormous amount of favors depending on how much maple syrup you give them.
She starts eyeing the trees. Did I already make maple trees come up?
I believe so, yes.
Yes. I start eyeing the trees.
And I can sweeten it.
I have some ideas.
Well, you can refine it, cook it.
Yeah.
You can refine it, yeah.
I can make rock candy.
I have some ideas.
Yeah, you could make ground candy. That would, if you could make actual candies, like specialty sweets, that would be worth much more. It would be time consuming. It'd be like eating a watch.
Wait, what did you say?
It'd be like eating a watch, very time consuming.
Yeah. Very much. Actually, I'm gonna ask Lufir,
Hey?
how's your candy making skill?
Atrocious.
Yeah.
He's probably never tried.
First time for everything?
I could probably easily learn how to make like rock candy, but other than that, like the actually confectionery stuff, it's gonna take me a bit. And I'm amidst of a war. I don't think it's the right time to be in the kitchen. The first
Well,
time that Pierce ever said that in his life.
ever heard the term
Second.
sweeten the deal?
I mean, if you wanted me to cook, you're gonna have to help me get supplies.
Here's the thing. Faye likes sweets.
I'm
And
familiar.
I have maple trees.
How long do we have?
I have
don't
no
know.
fracking idea. I mean,
You don't
here's
have
a thought.
there's no limit on how long you can be inside of this place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's
It's
see
just how
outside
long
the
before who knows whom.
This is a
shows
Martia's
up.
demiplane, so
If you
Yeah.
point me out to the maple trees, I'll do what I can.
you're well aware of which ones are maples and which ones are not.
It's probably very distinctive, to be honest.
Do I still have my tap
I
and
have-
bucket? No, I don't.
You don't have the bucket, but you probably still have the tap because it's relatively small.
I need the bucket.
Fezra chimes in, well, how about you take me and we go back to the material, and I'll start looking see if I can get some carrion worms, and we'll leave him here while you get a bucket.
Work. Oh, shit.
What did you do?
No, the fastest place I can think of is Vendelius, which means I'm the one who should talk to him. I was hoping to avoid death today.
I mean,
Fear needs the
Vendelius-
bucket before he can do anything.
I
the
know.
Vendelius might have stuff for the confectionery stuff. He does have an entire mansion, and he did serve us wonderful treats.
He did. I mean, either way, get the bucket. Maybe kill two birds with one stone. I mean, it's not like there's a bucket in Yaha. That probably eroded a long time ago.
I'm sure there's a bucket in Fortification.
Hang on.
There were no
I-
metal anything in Yaha.
I'm
So
about to
important.
have a slight epiphany, and she's going to concentrate at one of the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Want to try and see if I can get one of the plants to form like a bucket shape.
Okay,
I am
so
grasping at straws, but I want to try.
I
just to see
did
if I
think
can.
about this in the interim. I did have this
Okay.
thought. I want
Okay.
you to just go ahead and roll me flat wisdom.
All right, I'm okay with this. I thought you were gonna flat out tell me you can't do that, but I'm okay with this.
Okay, so
I'm sorry about the advantage, but
you
hey.
you do form a bucket made of wood from one of the trees. The issue is it's not separate. It is a bucket in the tree.
Well, it's
So
at least
you
had
could
the
separate it, saw it off or something,
Mhm.
and you can shape the wood to your needs. Just be aware that there might be consequences.
I would
And
not-
you
let-
you can
let me-
take plants from this place safely
Uh-huh.
enough. That is not hard to do. You're not sure what
Okay.
taking living wood will do, because you just grew a living wood tree.
A living wood bucket.
No, a living wood tree that formed the bucket.
Oh. Okay.
Do you want me to chance it?
I mean, if we saw it off, ought to be fine, right?
Make a nature check?
Okay, yes, I did set it to normal. Bink!
Womp.
I need to turn that off, but it's a 7.
Okay.
Unless you count the guidance.
You're not particularly... You're not even aware of what living wood is, so you have no idea that this is a living wood tree. You just think, wow, I grew a tree that made a bucket.
Well, that happened. I mean, might be fine. I'm sure it's fine.
I mean,
In-
worst case, we
in-
die.
Don't say that. We're in here.
Yeah,
We're
worst
in
case, we
here,
die.
and they don't have our parts. They can't get here.
I will go ahead and
So-
separate the bucket from the tree.
Oh, I'm gonna about to be in
Ow.
a lot of pain.
I don't want to use my weapon.
Okay,
Ma-
so how?
Wait a minute. The Makahito might work. Because
Like,
it's saw-like, isn't it?
yeah, got teeth.
So... worth a shot? It's probably not that big of a tree.
I'm just nervous in striking a living wood tree.
I'm nervous about other things. That's because I know things.
You sure you just don't want me to go back to Vendelius's and ask if he has a fucking bucket?
Yes, because I need to bring you back here, and the more time we waste, the less time we have to go talk to Faye.
I will try and use the Makikito.
Okay.
You roll an attack?
No. I want you to roll strength.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear about a con save.
Okay. Now I
No,
want you to
wait,
roll a d10.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. So you start to saw through the tree. And you're watching as it rips and tears through the wood. You manage to separate the bucket from the tree. It has a very simple wood handle. The tree is bleeding.
What?
Tree is bleeding.
Yep.
Out of like desperation, I cast Cure Wounds
Okay.
on the tree.
Roll for it.
Okay.
That's why I said I was worried about cutting a living tree.
Frankly, I was worried what was gonna happen as you cut into me. I'm gonna do it level 2.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
the
Thank you
wound
so much,
stops. The wound stops the bleeding, and it kind of grows over itself. Ufir,
Exciting.
dex save.
Oh god. I knew that was coming. Nope.
Okay. So the tree hits you for 2 bludgeoning.
That's fair. I deserve that.
Avartia, dex save.
Oh. At least I have a decent enough dex. Give me. Shut up, Ufir. That's still an 8.
Okay, you suffer 1 because you cured the wound quickly enough. It went easy on you both. Fezra at this point chimes in. That was interesting.
I know. Tell me about it.
She comes up to the tree and you watch as she digs her hand into it like clay, and she starts to pull and mold it.
Oh.
Reach into that tree. What are we going to do with it?
Oh, I can make many things, but not right now. It takes time to mold the tree, and it's not mature yet.
What? What did I just do? Why was the tree bleeding?
It's a living wood tree. It is living wood.
I don't even know what living wood is.
Well,
How
normally,
did I make that?
living wood is made of, well, there is a ritual amongst certain wood elf tribes. Upon death, they are planted to become trees.
Uh-huh.
If the elf is of a particularly high will to live upon their passing, the tree may grow to be alive, in a sense. Not quite the same as an awakening. They aren't fully sentient, but it can be moved, guided, how to grow, what to shape.
Okay. But nobody died here.
Oh, lots of people died here.
Oh. So I accidentally made a corpse of an elf become a tree?
I mean, if you want to be literal about it, you turned a soul of an elf into a tree.
Sure, they're happy.
I don't think they're
think
quite
they
happy
are
with you.
right
They did
now.
just hit you.
I mean, for being a tree.
It is. It's generally
agree.
customary to treat them with a little more ease. And you do see she's finished sculpting what looks like a large staff. And as she's finished, she just starts to pinch until it gets smaller and smaller, and then she just breaks it off. Simple.
That's nice.
Can I communicate with said tree in just common, or do I need to do so in some tree language? Hey,
Well, they
I
don't speak per se. I suppose if you knew how to speak with plants, you could talk to it.
That sounds like something your pedants would know.
Sounds
agree.
like something I also might have the access to. Hang on.
Speak with plants, I think, is like 3rd to 5th level, somewhere in that range.
Maybe. God damn it! I can't check the compendium.
Speak with plants is a 3rd level transmutation spell.
Okay. So not yet, but soon. I technically have 3rd level spells, I just don't have access to the slots. Any woozles.
I can teach you about that at a later time if you want.
I would greatly appreciate that, because clearly I'm gonna need it.
You may want
Especially
to
if this happens again.
help grow it in that case, but the corpse flower is useful in that regard.
How?
I'll just water it from the corpse flower.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, this is all well and interesting, but what am I doing? Like collecting sap? Am I?
I thought you were collecting maple syrup.
Yeah.
That.
But let me just clarify with you, Fezra. Those aren't living trees, right? It's okay to take syrup from them, right?
They're not
maple trees.
alive.
Okay, good. How do I tell the difference between a living tree and a not living tree? That is Amardia speaking, not Gray. Though Gray also wants to know.
Oh, if you want to know the difference between a living wood tree and a regular tree, and she reaches up and she pulls out a branch, and she kind of like shakes its hand, and then you watch as the branch stays. It doesn't go back. Just say hello.
Okay then.
I understand
and
that,
everyone's gonna think I'm a lunatic, but you'll vouch for me, right, Lufir?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
I do believe the material plane living wood trees are rare these days. The custom has become unpracticed.
I'm assuming there's
like
none in
maybe
Yaha.
They're
Good.
quite common on the Feywild.
I'll definitely need to remember that if we go to the Feywild. Oh boy.
They're surprisingly useful for making heavy armors from things that aren't, metals.
That reminds me, Nate, I need to go find not so heavy armor. In fact, it's the opposite of heavy armor.
So
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah. So, I point to the maple trees, tell Lufir, have at them.
okay. So
How we
Lufir
not?
starts to gather maple syrup.
Ye.
You take Fezra with you.
Yeah, do I need to help him it's a long period to tap, right? Or is it just... I don't know. Is there a way I can speed up the process so he's not having to stay there for like days on end? Because I don't know how tapping trees work.
Okay.
IRL.
So IRL, it is a long process.
Mhm.
Get about a bucket's worth out of a tree every day, I think,
Mhm. Yeah, I think so.
If
That
not,
sounds about right.
depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Um,
The warmer it is, the better off you'll be because the sap will run faster.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it'll be thinner and not quite as viscous.
so you're more than welcome to. This is your demiplane. You can try whatever you think of, including growing a living wood tree.
Apparently! God, I thought you were gonna tell me that I was about to start, like, bleeding or something.
No.
Because I connected with my demiplane.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I feel a little better, but also still a little bit bad. About
I
what
mean,
just
it is.
did.
You did literally just force a spirit to become a tree. But, I mean, they might not be mad about it. You don't know.
They might be happy about it. I don't know. I can't speak with plants yet. Yet. Yeah, I'll try to at least get the flow going.
Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom
and
check
then-
again.
Alright. Might be stuck here for a little while, Lufir.
Hey, at least I won't be dead.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Okay, so,
Hey.
Lufir, you tap the tree and set the bucket onto the tap, and you kind of get yourself ready to be there for a little bit by making yourself a spot to sit and getting your cooking supplies ready, although I believe you're out of oil. And as you're finished setting yourself up, you go to check on the bucket to see how slow or quickly it's going, and the bucket's full already.
Oh shit. It's going to be a problem.
Why is it gonna be a problem?
I am indeed out of oil. Going to have to cook this the old-fashioned way and make a small fire.
What kind of oil do you need?
He needs the equivalent of kerosene.
I was about to say. I was about to think of like. would
Lantern oil.
those
He needs
work?
something akin to lantern oil
Hmm.
for his burner.
Yeah, I don't think I have that.
If not, I will need your tinder box and make a small fire and have to use the wok.
That's fine. I hand you the tinderbox. That works.
I'm just gonna have to start collecting some wood and make a small campfire.
Cool. You're gonna have to
Alright.
chop that wood by hand.
That's fine.
Because the trees don't exactly drop sticks here.
That's
Nope.
fine.
They're probably gonna be a little green too.
It's gonna be a trial.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
So, Martia, you and Fezra exit from your demi-plane. And Fezra just kind of, once you're out of the water, she just cleans herself for a moment. Well, I suppose I'll be back as soon as I can. Where shall I meet you?
At the northmost of the island, that's where Yaha port is. It's really the only settlement that's here now.
Okay. Go to the place with the
warning?
buildings.
Yes. Small warning. There is a place on the south portion that's called the Deadlands. I don't know if that'll affect you. I think you'd like to know.
That sounds like a really good place for me to start.
I figured I'd mention it, whether it was a good thing or a bad thing for you. Either way, I thought I'd mention it. Apparently anything that's living when they step in there dies. So,
Sounds like my kind of place.
honestly, now that I think about it a little harder, it does. it
Well,
really does.
I'll see you soon then. And she steps into a nearby bush, and just kind of sinks.
Martia just salutes.
She does it back, although she looks kind of confused. Like she doesn't understand what the gesture is that she's doing, but she's mimicking you.
It's a humanoid thing. It's fine.
All right.
Just means good luck.
So while Lufir is cooking maple into maple syrup, possibly candy, would you like to go back to the regular chat now?
Yes.
All right.
Alright.
We return, you hooligans.
Ah!
Welcome back.
The hell conversation are you guys having? The Discord is just full of weird images.
You know this happens when Abyss.
One of those looks like the fucking play place from back when Little Caesars had play places.
No, Caesars had play places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way back in the day. Used to have, fucking,
Caesars
used to have
is great.
birthdays in those places.
They were called Caesar Lands.
Yeah.
I never saw a Caesarland.
They shut them down about mid 90s.
Yeah, I wasn't born yet.
My
Mhm.
16th birthday party was there.
No, sorry, late 90s.
I was about to say I was born in '97, and I vaguely
I still
remember
wasn't born
something
yet.
looking like that.
Yeah,
You're so
that
old.
would explain it.
Wait,
There wasn't really
I
any
keep-
concern about them, though. They were just like obstacle courses.
Yeah, but
Except-
people would pee in them.
Yeah, a lot of bodily fluids.
Yeah, but they do that in McDonald's play places, and those are still around.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not.
Most of those are gone,
Yeah,
though.
they
Yeah,
are.
they are.
No,
No,
they're
they're-
still around. Especially around
not-
I
here.
said most are gone. I know all the ones that are local to me are gone.
All the ones local to us, they're still here.
There's still at least one play place here in Grants Pass, and that's a tiny, tiny.
This is
tiny
very
little
off
town,
topic.
So,
It might just be outside, but
Welcome,
it,
stream.
So,
anyways,
fucking Lufier is off in a place making candy.
Okay.
There's a reason.
what the hell happened over there?
Just trust me.
Plans have been made involving candy.
Let's go from a pond into candy making.
Where did we get the maple syrup for this?
Oh, I
trust
have it.
me.
And
I have
when,
access to it.
and
Come on,
when-
the shit that's
There's a
happened
lot of stuff
here.
that happened. Anyway,
and then when do we expect the Fae to be here?
Yeah.
Eventually.
so Amartya, your now son's Lufier.
I
luck.
am.
Lufier,
I
I need an intelligence check with your cooking tools, please.
oh no. So you enroll the cooking tools under intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Nate,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of realized something. Aren't I only able to do that once a day?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to Vendelius.
See you tomorrow, Lufier.
I feel like I have no other choice because I do not want to walk all the way to Yaha Port by myself, and that would be dumb anyways. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Vendelius.
So Lufier is going to start fire cooking candy.
Guys, remember me well. Speak well at my funeral,
I have a
and
question.
please.
Mm-hmm.
If she dies, what happens to me? Is it
Yeah, that'll be a conversation.
Oh god.
Well, my parents are coming. We have the diamond. I could get resurrected. We're fine.
Well, of course your parents are going to try their best to resurrect you.
We're fine.
I know. I
We're
just hope
fine.
if I come back, it's something with wings, because I will cry if I don't.
You're gonna come back as a Tressum.
You could always grow wings again. It's fine.
Come back as a Tresum. Oh man.
I will accept being a Tressum as long as I can fly.
You'll be the group mascot.
It
Cobbled.
replaced Wretched Chat. Anyways, moving on.
Okay. You make your way back to Vendelius.
Making my way back.
Yeah.
Same path that you're somewhat used to, so it's not difficult.
Uh-huh.
It's quite late at this point.
I'm not shocked. Further reason why I should go brave the scary, scary wizard.
By the time you arrive there, it is dark. The rest of you have accomplished your tasks for the day as best you can.
Oh, my mom's gonna freak out in the morning. Crap.
Okay.
Two of us are gonna get murdered by our parents.
So, Amartya, you're at Vendelius' house. The door is open to you. You enter inside, and one of the servants leads you to the dining hall where he's eating a meal and reading a book by the fireplace instead of sitting at the table. Go! Hello.
Hi. Upon
You're here about the town?
Yep.
I assumed as much.
Uh-huh.
And what is your offer?
Oh, well, it's not really an offer as just an observation. It might be a good idea if you helped us to make sure the Lich got gotten rid of, because, you might have been mentioned in the conversation.
He takes a deep breath and closes his book. By
I'm also
name?
staying, like, as far... I believe so, yes. And that you were a
Interesting.
wizard. That is all we
Interesting.
said.
You all are the sorriest adventures.
To be fair, we have been thinking on our feet for the last couple of months, and it's been a long couple of months.
Well,
Frankly, I'm new to all of this whole adventuring thing. More so than the rest.
shit.
Yeah.
I was meaning to return to Ogrelal at some point. Suppose I could accelerate that plan.
So, your answer is no?
Unless you have anything to offer me, my answer is no. I'm simply going to be leaving.
I mean, what's to stop him from just going to Ogrelal?
You.
Assuming we win, and that's my point. As you just said, and I am going to 100% agree with you, we're the sorriest adventurers you've met. And as I recall, you're how many centuries old?
And I intend to continue that long-lived life of mine.
Right. To be fair, it's not just us, but honestly, we could probably use all the help we can get.
What
That's
she said.
true. I have
We've
no
got-
intention of assisting you directly, but I may have some things. Won't exactly be able to take everything with me now, will I? I'll meet you
There's
in the
no
port.
way- There's no way I could give you, like, the lifetime supply of tea, and trust me, if I can figure out a way to do that, I will, because I just learned things about my grove today that I didn't know I could do. Some of which are frightening.
I have access to your demi-plane whenever I want it. Already?
I could just not make the tea anymore.
I wouldn't need to visit if you did.
Damn it. Nothing we have can convince you.
I'm not sure about if you have anything of interest or not. Allow me to put it a different way. I avoid specific kinds of threats because it could permanently end me.
Fair.
I mean,
Which is from my point.
another way of putting it, if my body dies, my soul is destroyed. My forever life is not a gift, it was a curse.
Mm.
I was supposed to die.
You don't have chastity, Lorelei. Okay. I mean,
And as I said, I have means of assisting you. I just don't want to be openly near someone capable of killing me with a single spell.
fair. I'm just.
I understand your
We're
dire
desperate.
needs. I have been adventuring. Illustre is, shall we say, a very gallant woman when it comes to seeking out enemies. I'm just taking care of myself first.
I suppose that's fair.
Rest the night here. The mansion will be
I
gone
have
in the morning and we will make our way to port. I will assist, and if you have things of interest, I may have wares to trade, spells to cast, assistance, but I will not be around long.
Can I ask one more, maybe tiny favor? I don't know how your magic works, but a potentially specific favor?
Ask? I can't tell
You're
you
the
yes or
food-
no until you ask.
I'm aware of that. I just wanted to make sure I can ask. The food you created while we were here, what's
Yes.
your limit on that?
The servants can magically make food every day. However, it can't leave the mansion. I can make a decent amount, enough to serve any motions towards the table. A pretty sizable feast, about once a day. But it's not limitless, and it can't leave the mansion. Technically, the food is not real.
Interesting. Boggart, there was the thought to maybe get some sweets to give to Faye to see if they might help. Possibly.
You want sweets or something?
Yep.
I
Fear's in the
can-
process of making sweets in my grove, but
Oh, you left him in the grove.
t-
There's an interesting
fine. I'll get him
experiment.
I'm sure. No, Amardia, don't say that sentence. Remember what happened the last time you said that sentence. I know you're laughing, Kristoff. You understand. Anyways, that was my thought. Now, where's Lufir's mother? I do also need to speak to her.
He kind of pauses for a moment. She is not here.
Not here?
I believe she's walking the grounds outside or something.
Okay, I got scared for a moment. I'd like to speak with her about the situation as well. I'll go
Well,
find
I
her.
can send my familiar to look for her. But I
That
imagine your squirrel is a little more capable.
Yes, probably. Rachacha?
He just kind of
Back.
squirrels off towards the door.
Thank you!
As he arrives, the door swings open for him.
I'm in the library. Reading sounds like a wonderful idea right now.
I've got cookbooks.
That sounds like a great idea. Thank you.
They said sweets. Do you want baked goods, candies? If it's for the
Candy?
Fae.
I think candies might go off better than baked goods.
Depends on the Fae.
Fair. I feel you have more knowledge in this stuff than I do, so I will leave it to your discretion. I appreciate whatever help you are able and willing to give.
I'm sure you do. And he leads you off towards the library and fetches you a book about candy making.
I take it.
Mr. Lufir's no doubt going to have a bad time cooking over an open fire in your demiplane.
I'm sure it's not the first time. Actually, I'm almost certain it's not the first time.
Well, anyway, as I said, the mansion will be gone tomorrow, so make sure you get a night's rest
Will
before
do.
it
Thank you.
disappears.
Will do. I will attempt. And I'll head over to the library.
Okay. You see that a very large amount of the books are being taken off shelves and packed.
I will find a spot that hasn't been taken off yet and sit. While I wait for Rachacha to bring Lufir's mom.
Does not take him that long.
I figured not.
He arrives back to the house and
He's a good boy.
arrives to the library with Mrs. Morcan. Your squirrel seemed very adamant on me following him.
Yes, I needed to talk to you.
About?
About, well, the lich situation that we, caused. Maybe. Or at least unleashed. Depends on your point of view.
Caused?
Well, we woke him up.
No. My point of view is you caused it.
Okay.
Hence why you're dealing with it.
Very fair. We, and by we, I mean Lufir, came up with the idea he would be here, but he's kind of busy trying to make sweets to appease Faye.
You're going to enlist Fae assistance. That's smart. Dangerous, but smart.
I mean, I already deal with Fae a lot, or at least nymphs, so figure it was worth a shot. There was the thought of You were wanting to go to the Feywild to find his father?
Yes.
If possible, do you think you could bring him back here as help? We've gotten a hold of other people as well. Vindelis is going to give over some assistance, granted not direct, but hey, whatever we can get, we'll get. I've called for my parents to come, as well as the blood hunters that are in Ironhold, but there was the thought of maybe his father could help, if he can make it in time.
I have no idea where we'll arrive in the Feywild. And the
Understandable.
Moonwoods may be days from where we arrive. So, depending on where we arrive, I could be back in a day, or I could be back in months.
That's understood, and frankly, if Lufir wanted to go with you to go find him, but
He would certainly be welcome, but you have other matters.
Exactly. That was my point to him of we didn't know when you'd be back. It's, if you can, it would be really helpful. If you can't, I understand. I kind of travel to a demi-plane on a regular basis, so I understand wibby-wobby, timey-wimey crap.
What?
It's just a thought. A saying I came up with when I was like 5, I'm sorry. It's what happens when you go to a plane and you think you're only there for a couple of hours. Next thing you know, it's 5 years when you get back to the material plane. I don't know.
Right, the time difference.
Yep.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting choice of words.
I have druids for parents, so I know a little bit about it. Plus, as I said, I've been traveling between a specific realm and this realm more often, and it's still taking some work.
Right. Well, your Cerilius hasn't returned yet. We haven't even found a portal, so the point is a little moot at the moment.
It was just an idea thrown around, and since Lufir's not here, I figured I'd talk to you about it. As I said, he's a little busy. Also probably scared.
I'm sure my husband would want to be here as soon as possible, especially if he knew that Yaha was under threat of such a proportion. If it's feasible, then I will surely try, but I would not get your hopes up.
Fair. And the trying is honestly all I ask.
She just kind of pats the top of your head. You're doing your best.
You sure it doesn't feel like it?
You're, at the very least, you're thinking of options and trying. Last you arrived here, you all had just walked away as if it was someone else's problem, so trying.
Frankly, I didn't realize it was a problem. This is the first time I've even heard of glitches.
That's fair. They aren't as common as they used to be, according to the old histories.
I guess.
Time was, arcane magics were much more known and practiced, and magical creatures such as that were more common.
I don't know,
that
we
was...
feel pretty magically, especially with all the god stuff going on around with us.
Well, yes, divine magics are very different, though, and they sort of shut out a lot of the arcane magic and knowledge when they left. I suppose a sort of punishment for damage rendered, but anyway. I suppose I will go rest, and you should do the same. It's already quite late.
I also plan to go get some sleep. I have to be up bright and early to go rescue Lufier from a demiplane. Who knows what chaos he's been into?
Well, knowing what I've seen of him, he's probably cooking.
No, that's exactly what I left him to do, was cooking. But, we don't know how this demiplane works to its fullest extent. And by we, I mean me.
Alright. So, Valeria, you finish out your task for the day, having not really accomplished much.
Yeah.
In the single day, they've only made the one tower and a few battlements. Abyss, in your task, you managed to help secure the church as a fortification point for the villagers, but you also did not perform particularly well at barricading. You used something like 20 nails on a single piece of wood.
Nailed that thing pretty good.
Lorelei,
I'm trying.
you start to inform villagers to head to the church for sanctuary. Go ahead and I need... I didn't even ask for the charisma roll. Why did you roll it?
Oh, that was about my chastity and my virtue.
You don't have any.
That's why
Here's
one roll.
That's what I said.
There were no
I
damage,
apologize
that's
for
for
taking all your luck, guys.
sure.
'Cause I had some mostly decent rolls.
I need... Okay. I need persuasion, Lorelei, to not alarm folks as you go by. Okay. So they're confused, but they listen. They hear you out. Some of them start making plans to head to the church. Gather up their things in the morning and make their way. You manage to avoid mass hysteria, thankfully. And that is the end of everybody's day. So,
Yep.
while Lufier is off in a demi-plane making sweets,
Just call it Candyland, because that's where he's at.
It's not
Irv-
Candyland, though.
everybody except Lufier gets a long rest.
Oh no. Okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Don't need sleep, I'll be okay. I'm going to consume candy to keep alive.
You all wake up the next morning.
There's berries.
Valeria, Lorelei, and Abyss, I need you to choose your tasks for the day again. Amartia, you awaken on the floor in a cave.
Apt. Alright.
Vendelius is just kind of holding a pretty sizably large bag.
While staring at you creepily.
Not creepily, but
I doubt
he's
it.
just kind of... There's still furniture in the cave. He's like sat in a chair, just kind of waiting for you to wake up. Mrs. Morcan is also awake, although she's standing and kind of tapping her foot impatiently.
Okay.
Oh, Miss Morcan.
Why was a chair left and not some sort of a bed? But okay.
I didn't leave
I'm
any
up.
beds in the cave.
Oh. So that wasn't an on-purpose thing. She points to the chair as she gets up very stiffly. Because
No,
she didn't even have a bedroll.
Before I made the mention, I just lived in this cave. And since I don't sleep, there's no bed. The beds were sort of an afterthought when I made the mention for visitors, because I knew you all would be coming.
Eventually.
Yes. Anyway, breakfast. He hands you a small pouch of ration. It's like bacon and some dried fruits, some bread.
She shrugs and doesn't seem perturbed and just kind of brings it up. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Morcan prepared the berries and the bread, apparently. And you see that the kitchen area in the cave has been used.
explains where Lufir got it.
Anyway, I will take Miss Morcan to the port, and I suppose we'll meet you with Mr. Lufia once you fetch him.
Yep, and if you see a pair of druids, let them know I'm on my way.
Right. And you all head out of the cave, and once you get outside, he casts Fly on all three of you.
Nope, I'm gonna keep the snark out.
The three of you being him, Mrs. Morcan, and Rachacha.
So can't Rochester just okay.
Rachacha can ride on you, but now he can just fly of his own accord.
Okay. He's a super squirrel.
He's a flying squirrel.
They both
We just
lift
just
into
need a
the air
boost.
and head off.
and then we have Moose and Square.
It takes you significantly less time to arrive, as you're not weighed down by a almost medium-sized squirrel.
Sorry, I needed to blow my nose. Yes.
You arrive
I-
and make your way inside the same pond, and there's Lufir, where you left him. He has burned the candy.
God. Okay.
To be fair, it's just my first time.
Lufir,
I-
from your perspective, Amartya was gone like a couple hours. Like 4 hours.
That was a quick trip.
It was not.
You're
it
starting
was
to feel
overnight.
tired.
It was overnight. You're just feeling the effects of the demi-plane. Question, Nate. Did I still have the book, or was that gone?
You still have it.
I still have it?
He owned all of those books.
Alright. Just double checking. I have, this. Maybe it'll give you more of an idea. And I hand him the candy making book.
That'll do.
I can harvest more maple syrup. Clearly, it
yeah.
doesn't take long.
Sadly, I wish you would grab some oil for me.
I don't know if I would have been able to. Vandelius isn't gonna be directly helping us, but he's at least going to give us kind of a hand. He'll be helping, just he won't be in the port town.
That doesn't surprise me.
He made a good point, but I tried. So he took the entire mansion, and it's gone. Hell, I asked him even if there was a possibility of him conjuring sweets, and the food can't leave the mansion. It's technically not even real.
It was a thought.
It was a thought.
I can't suppose you actually know how to make this himself, so.
I
Like
mean,
weird stuff.
the best thing I can do is say, try the book. Maybe we can just, if you can refine the maple syrup, maybe that'll be enough. They love sweets, but the more we can amp it up, the more, pull we have. Depending on the Fae we're trying to get a hold of.
I
And
need to
frankly,
get my
I'm in the
3 hours of meditation, in, right, Nate?
4.
4 hours?
You need a long rest.
Fuck. I can cook again. It's just starting to get a little tired.
Did you not sleep at all?
You were gone for 4 hours to me.
I was gone all night. Yeah, demi-plane, I guess.
I can try to cook. Give me some more syrup. I'll read the book. We can try again.
I mean, I guess. I've never cooked, I don't think.
Maple syrup by itself wouldn't be sweet enough.
Oh, hell yeah, it would. Are you
Yeah, it
kidding me?
would.
You sure?
Have you
Yeah.
had maple syrup on its own? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it's not as sweet as if you add sugar to it.
No, natural maple syrup is ridiculously sweet once it's been purified.
Nate,
Delicious.
random question.
Mm.
Can I make it snow in my demi-plane?
Yeah, I mean, you can try.
Can I? As we're having this thought, and she kind of just looks up and has this idea in her head, and looks around, and I'm gonna try and make it snow. Do you need a wisdom wisdom roll?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wish me luck, guys.
I
Much
believe
luck.
in you.
Okay. So, it starts to get cold.
But does not fully snow.
No.
Damn it.
Go ahead and roll perception for me real quick.
I will do that.
Cool.
God
So-
damn it!
A lot of your plants are dying.
I
Oh,
will
no.
very quickly try to change my mind. I'm like, nope, back to spring, come on. Does it revert back?
Another wisdom check.
When will I stop having to make these checks and just condemn? Why?
Okay. Starts to snow.
Oh, son of a At least now it's snowing.
Well, that's just exciting.
Fuck.
Luvier, you don't feel the temperature. You're just like, snow.
I
Just
don't think.
help me get the maple syrup going. I think I have an idea of how to make this work, and I start. I leave him to go tap the maple trees, and then I go looking for like tiny little branches to break off. Essentially, what I'm thinking of doing is the trick I keep seeing online all the time, which is making little wells, pouring maple syrup in the wells, putting a popsicle stick, and rolling it up.
You're gonna make maple popsicle sticks.
I mean,
So,
it's a-
maple does freeze, but at an incredibly low temperature.
Who's
Yeah.
breathing into their mic?
It's abyss.
Abyss?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have a hard time hearing Nate when you do that.
Sorry.
You're
It's
good.
alright.
Your mic is just a little too close to your mouth. Because it's still happening.
Yep.
Let's just try the best we can now that it's snowing to cook again.
Great. Another
Well-
wisdom check.
If it's a case, okay, wait. Am I helping you tap the maple, or are you wanting to cook? Because if you're wanting to cook, I'm getting rid of the snow. I need to know what I'm doing.
I do not think it's going to be cold enough to freeze the maple fast enough.
Alright, then I'm going to try and put it back to spring. Here comes wisdom.
Even if
check.
that would have worked, once we leave, it's just going to start melting.
Shit.
Okay.
I don't think it's high enough.
Snow stops.
The snow stops.
Hmm. Still chilly.
Can I
It's not as
wish
cold.
the snow away? Can I wish the snow away?
Oh, the snow didn't stay. It melted.
Oh, it melted.
Ground was warm.
Okay. Focus on the temperature now? Raising it up back to the spring temp.
Okay. So, I want you to go ahead and give me an intelligence check there, Lufier.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh.
Intelligence check for Lufier. Why Lufier? Oh dear.
So, she was gone 4 hours before she got here. But for her, it was overnight. You guys have been here for an hour.
Fuck.
Fun.
Okay, let's just get the maple syrup, and we'll deal with it when we get into town. We'll just bring it to, cause
Just gotta bring a whole bucket of maple syrup back to town, huh? Alright. Now I can probably get some oil in town.
anybody have? Do either of us have jars? I never have it written down if I have jars, but I have an herbalism kit.
You have vials for potions. That's about it.
I can carry the bucket. I've carried a bucket before. And
Yeah,
syrup
and
is
how long
not
did that
sloppy.
last?
Water.
No, he carried a bucket of maple syrup.
That's what
Yeah,
I
it
was
was a
gonna
bucket of maple syrup. That didn't last long, though. It
I
also
can do that.
froze solid.
Yeah, you were in a much colder place then.
do. Yeah.
I know.
Do you come back through the water?
I don't.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's...
Maple syrup actually does not dissolve.
it
Oh
wouldn't.
no, it's
it wouldn't-
thicker than water.
Yeah, it wouldn't dilute it too much either, as long as we can get the water off
No.
the top.
You can always
no, it'll
boil
be
the water
fine.
off back at.
Well, they have to boil it anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're gonna have to boil it. We're fine.
Alright, you get a bucket. I'll get the bucket of maple syrup.
Cool. Martia,
Oh, did I
just
fuck
doing
over
what
my
you did
WD?
yesterday, you managed to fill the bucket fairly quickly. Like, just a couple minutes. Bucket's full.
Okay.
Get back in the water and you make your way out. Traveling back towards the port, Lufier, I need a constitution save. Oops. Bump my mic. Okay, you gain a point of exhaustion.
Oh no. We're
Yeah, so
fine.
that was
We're
going.
fine. We're fine.
Meanwhile, I need to know
Meanwhile,
what
back
everybody
in the
else has
ramp.
been doing. Help. Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably helping with like barricades and shit.
The arcade?
Barricades.
Barracuda.
Barricade. I'll throw a whole bear at him.
Fairly early in the day, three of you at town see some clouds descend on the town.
Mhm.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's technically good. I just might die.
Wisteria, Martia's mother, accompanied by a small group of blood hunters, arrive in town.
Hello.
Ow.
So, Abyss, you're working on barricades, or are you working on fortifying the church?
Fortifying the church.
All right, how are you helping today?
I'm gonna try to do some doors.
Okay, go ahead and roll strength again.
Maybe I'll do better with doors than fucking windows.
You can do it. We believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Okay, so Abyss is doing a pretty decent job barricading 2 of the 3 doors, so that one is left open for villagers who are coming through in a decent amount. Lorelei, I'm assuming you're going around town still.
Yeah, probably.
No capes. Okay, go ahead and just give me another persuasion check.
Okay, here's a purplation check.
Okay, everything's purple.
That's a rhetorical one. I don't actually want to know.
He said a purplation when I said persuasion, so it's purple.
That's not what I heard. We'll skip over. I'll say later what I heard.
Okay, so you get to most of the town pretty early in the day, just kind of going around like a news caller. Just kind of,
Hear ye, hear ye.
yeah, pretty much. Make your way to the church for sanctuary. Hear ye. What the fuck?
What the what?
Turn on any auras? The hell?
It's the aura of Lorelei, her purplation. Also, I want to note I didn't expect it to be that big.
Well, I didn't. This map is not to size. I did not scale it.
Okay, that makes more sense, because like I set that to 20 feet, and that was a lot.
Okay. Valeria, what are you doing?
Well, what I did yesterday didn't help.
Nope.
Can I go around seeing if people could help build the barricades?
You want to go rally civilians? That's a yes or no question, Shreds.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking what would be the best.
I mean,
Perhaps.
more hands is more barricades.
Yes. I just hope he doesn't come today.
One can
More
help.
coming.
I get your concern.
So I said yes.
So
I
you
will.
do want to do that? Okay.
Yes.
All right, I need persuasion.
I'm not very persuasive.
I mean,
You can
compared
try.
to Ronnie, no one is, but you're pretty decent.
I mean, I do have a 6.
Yeah.
I have an 11.
I mean,
Yeah, compared to
You're good.
Ronnie, none of us are first.
so while Lorelai's off in like this area of the town, telling people to make their way to the church for safety and to bring food and supplies for impending issues, not being specific, in order to avoid confusion and hysteria. Valeria is over on this side of the town asking for hands to help build barricades. You get a pretty sizable group of people who are like, yeah, let's help the guards for once. Woo, let's do it, woo.
Why do I feel like she ran into a frat house?
She kind of did. Basically, a lot of the people who aren't working right now are just kind of deadbeat humans drinking during the day.
Oh god.
So they're like, yeah, I want to do something. I don't want to sit around
bored.
being sad.
I don't want to drink
God.
all day. Every
What the
day.
hell is up with this town?
A lot.
Okay, so Valeria recruits the deadbeats.
Did we basically just give them some liveliness by unleashing a lich?
Well,
Like, did we
at the
make
very
things
least, you gave
exciting?
them something to do.
Yeah, something exciting.
Maybe
That's
we've
what it
made
feels like.
their
So-
lives slightly better.
Lorelai, you
I don't know about that.
you would be the one who probably that Wisteria approaches as she arrives. She looks pretty much exactly the same as last time you saw her. She's got a little bit of a bump, just a little bit.
Tiny bump.
Mhm.
Bump, tiny bump.
Lorelai, hello.
Hello.
Is my daughter around? I'm taking that as a no.
Yeah, I haven't seen her since yesterday, I think.
All right then.
I can tell you she went to the forest to talk to some guy named, oh my god, I forgot his name. Velmir?
No.
She went to the woods to pick up a guy. And at this point, Vendelius comes and lands right next to you, Lorelai, along with Miss
Yeah.
Marcan. He just kind of brushes himself off. Oh, hey, look, a druid.
Yes, Druid, meet this guy. This guy meet Druid.
Wisteria, Vendelius. I know your name. I hope not. Right.
This conversation looks like it's gonna be awkward. I'm gonna go deal with people.
They just kind of both look at you and then... Okay.
Yeah, Lorelai's got that weird, like, clenched butt to walk away, like, awkward.
Great. Meanwhile, the blood hunters all enter into the church where Abyss is. Nicholas comes and approaches you, although they're all wearing a pretty heavy amount of covering. But once he sees you, Abyss, Nicholas takes off his hat and his scarf and, hello, Abyss. Is Rufir around somewhere?
He's somewhere else.
Right. Do you know where?
No.
He gives some orders for the other blood hunters to start fortifying the church. Is this our holding point then?
Yeah.
Great. They'll help you. I'm gonna go find the idiot.
Okay.
Is Valeria around?
There's the idiot.
No.
She's not.
She's probably somewhere.
You're very useful.
I don't keep track of this stuff when it's not important.
He just kind of shakes his head and heads out.
Okay, things have gotten very awkward with everybody at least. After that one.
This is fantastic. I was in the kitchen just listening and cackling.
Uh,
Two worst players and characters to ask this shit. Oh,
Nicholas
no.
does eventually find you, Valeria. At this point, you're probably down here. Well, I found you,
Yes, I am here.
and I'm well aware that you're more useful for information.
I
Where's,
do keep information, yes.
where's the hairy elf, or minotaur, or whatever?
Well, he is back to his elf form, and he went with Amatia to Hurdle Pond. They should be back soon, though.
They went to hurdle a pond.
Her pond.
Right.
Yes.
That's. Can we just think for a moment how wrong that sounds?
And you're the only one that thought it.
Am I? Got it.
I didn't think of it that way.
I'm still not thinking of it that way. I'm a little confused. Anyway.
Taking a
The
good
way
old
he
trip
said
down
it.
to her pond. A
The
lady
way you said it,
pond.
Nate.
Exploring
your
their
response just
secret
doesn't
garden.
right.
There you go.
I heard
I can see
hurdle a
that.
pond. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leap the pond.
You.
Anyways.
Nicholas starts to give you a hand in giving orders to the deadbeats that you've enlisted.
Frat boys. You could just call them the frat boys.
There's somebody at least.
Somebody too.
Do it work.
Yeah.
Basically.
No, work.
Stop with all the twerking.
Okay, so the guards finish their 3 and 1 guard tower as per usual. Your additional assistance for the day gets an additional 4 barricades. Amartia and Lufir arrive to town. Your mother finds you quite quickly and immediately does like a once-over of your body. Just like an immediate medical checkup.
Hi, Mom. Nice flight.
Once she's finished giving you a once-over, you're ill.
Oh, yes. About that, believe it or not important right now. We'll go over that later. But glad you're here. Is Dad around?
He
Or
should
did
be
you just
along
go?
tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay, good.
I had to send the message the old-fashioned way, so it'll take him about... It'll take a few hours for him to get the message, and then he has to finish whatever business he's doing.
Fair. Okay. So, long story short, we
Lich.
accidentally... Yes. Accidentally
Yes.
unleashed a lich of what the fuckery is his name? And I look to Lufir. Lufir, what's his last name? You might know this.
Let's just say it's the town's founder and
The brother of the founder of
yeah.
Yaha. Which I know his last name is not Yaha. That's the first name of his brother.
No, I know who you're talking about. Lufir Delvirus is the founder, and he named it for his brother, because his brother died and then was resurrected.
Well, apparently he's also been resurrected again as an undead because Lufir
Because Lich, yes.
is Lich. His brother's now an undead, along with a couple of other like guards and stuff that's been summoned. We don't know anything else.
Amantia.
What?
Oh,
Lufir's
Nicholas
father.
is looking for you. She wants to you, Lufir.
I will get that in a second, but something that struck me, and Lufir has this like empty, worried expression.
What?
Where did you send your friend?
I told her about the Deadlands, and yes, she's a rot nymph.
He holds up a finger. Where do you think a lich looking for an army would go to?
Two things. One, I'm sure she's fine. Two, actually, three things. Two, I figured tell her just in case, you know, that would actually be useful or not useful. She's a rot nymph, so 50-50 chance on that one.
I was more pressing on the fact that there's a giant, a lich looking for an army in a place called the Deadlands.
I mean, maybe, but she also knows about him, so she's can handle herself. 3. I had a 3, and my brain died. Like, legitimately, Amartia stops for a second as she puts up the third finger and goes, I forgot what my third point was. Anyways, we're fine. If I say we're fine enough times, we will be fine.
Does she get this from you? He looks at her brother.
You get what from me?
That stubbornness.
And no, that's her father.
I knew you were gonna
He's
say that.
he's the warrior, and the
Panic.
yes. Although, to be fair, your father is very capable, but he's just concerned about details.
I mean, to be fair, we just missed a really important detail, and now we kind of screwed up.
And now it's your time to learn from your mistakes and fix it.
That's what I'm
But
trying
it's
to do.
part of being an adult, and you're
Yes, Mom.
doing well in that regard. That said, you and I should discuss why I am here, what exactly I can do to assist. See that your friends are doing fortifications, and Lorelei is getting villagers to a safe place, which is all well and good. As I said, Lufir, you should go find Nicholas, and then I really feel like you could use rest.
Oh, I definitely can. And tomorrow
I'll take that maple, by the way. She takes the bucket from you.
Thank you.
I know how
Tomorrow
to refine this at the very least.
Tomorrow I'll see about making
Oh,
some
good.
brandy out of
Because
it.
we need it for
Oh, you're making candy.
That
Yes.
would be
Faye.
intent.
Yes.
I can get you to the Feywild.
That would be useful.
Is my mother here yet?
That's the elven woman, yes.
Yes.
Yes, she arrived with some, with Ventelius de Eilistray, of all people.
You know?
Yes.
There are very few adventurers who do not come across Mr. de Eilistray at some point.
Oh. Huh.
So my mother is looking to get to the wilds to find my father.
Well, I could certainly help her in that endeavor, but one thing at a time.
Absolutely.
You go see Nicholas, you and I will discuss whatever I can do to assist, and you will help me to refine this into sugar, and then I'll show you how to make it into candy. We need an oven.
I've got my burner, but I'm out of oil.
Hang on.
No, we can just use the church's oven.
That's
I
fair.
was about to say there is the church, and they're barricading it, so probably useful.
And I'm sure there are plenty of young children who would love a treat.
And I'm going to use my nose to
Taste
track
testers.
down
Perfect.
Nicholas.
Okay, so you do find Nicholas at the barricades with Valeria. He's assisting her. Strange father-daughter activity, no doubt.
I mean, knowing
Although-
our group, it makes sense.
Yeah, and to be fair, Valeria has a strange relationship with her dad to begin with, so
But do it though.
I mean,
Like, I'm not gonna say anything
Yes,
right off
he's
the
an
bat.
we
adopted
do.
father who
Who
had
is a
to
werebear.
abandon her because he was a werebear being hunted, so...
Yeah, we have a odd relationship.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna
You
wait
got
until I'm
daddy
done.
issues.
God
Wait.
damn it.
My
Hang
first
on.
father
Does that mean
abandoned me,
Lorelai
so did
and
my second.
Amardia? Does that mean Lorelai and Amardia have the most non-drama-filled relationships between their parents? Because I mean, Luke Fear's parents died or disappeared, assumed dead for a long time.
I
Abyss
mean,
doesn't
you're
have-
the only two without trauma.
Yeah.
Well,
Amardia
trauma.
potentially has trauma, but she hasn't thought of it for a while, and is probably not going to until it pertains. So.
No, I meant trauma specifically regarding immediate family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
Amartia only learned about her brother a while ago, so that's still
Yeah,
that's still odd news.
Now that my parents are alive, my trauma can be mended on that part.
No, it can't. You spent more than 100 years, your entire childhood, without your parents.
I'll get over it. Leave me alone.
I just want my parents.
I mean, now you're about to have both your parents again, so yay.
I'm literally disappointed on both ends.
Giggity.
Yeah,
We'll be fine.
best believe it. All right. Nicholas steps away from the barricades and goes over to Lufir. Just kind of grabs you by the scruff
I know.
and drags you off to a nearby bench. Sits you down, hands you a book.
I'm reading. What am I reading?
You're finishing your studies, or continuing them at least. I did not think I'd have to give you this book for quite some time, but this is
Emergency.
arcane monstrosities. Liches, mummies, mummy lords.
It's high stuff, huh?
Things I didn't think you'd need to deal with yet.
Oh, we did fight the Bodak. That was exciting.
You mentioned as much, and I have read up since then.
And a deathlock.
I'm a little impressed on the Bodak, not so much the Deathlock.
Some raves. What they do? Some hand things. It was sweet.
Just read.
It's good to see you too, by the way.
I have manual labor to do. And a daughter to try and have a conversation with.
That's your awkward moment. That's mine. My parents are alive apparently. That's exciting.
I'm well aware your mother came by.
Oh, how'd that go for you?
I did not care.
Wait, does that make Lufir and Valeria siblings?
No.
I feel dumb for only
No.
just keep coming up with that.
No.
I don't think
No.
we even
Adopted
spent time.
siblings?
Like,
Lufir would not have even spent more than like a year with Nicholas.
Yeah,
Okay.
just student thing. It was not even like an adoption father type stuff.
Okay.
Teacher.
Although Lufir
wasn't
probably
totally
did
certain.
hear mention of Valeria at some point. So he
Would I
probably
have heard mention of him?
no, because Lufir would have happened after. Lufir's training would have
Lufir wouldn't
happened.
have happened.
Yeah, Lufir would not have been a blood hunter if your father had not needed to run away. So,
Awkward.
Hmm.
I mean, who knows? You could have been just some other class or dead.
True.
Wow. Please tell me nobody heard that.
Oh, we heard it.
Heard what? Class of Dead?
No, just someone is incredibly upset and it was loud.
not
No.
hear it.
No.
Okay.
Not here.
All I heard was Kristoff's heart
I'm
being
going
broken.
to read for a little while and then get some sleep because I'm fucking exhausted.
Yep. Okay, Nicholas goes back to assisting Valeria and having a somewhat awkward conversation about, well, you should probably reinforce that part there, and you could use some more nails on that spot.
Yes. Yeah. I will do that.
He doesn't really help you with any of the physical lifting, though. He seems to leave that to you. He does his own lifting instead. It's, I don't know, it's on you if you decide that you want this to be a bonding moment or start role-playing, but otherwise, Abyss. Vandelius walks into the church. Hello again.
Hi.
I said Abyss. Are you at the church?
I have no idea where Lorelei is.
Is she still just sending people to the church?
Probably.
Okay, then you're probably making your way over past the mayor's house at this point. Anyway, Vandelius walks into the church, says hello to Abyss. And I guess just keeps walking. There's a pretty sizable pile of wood that's been accumulating in the church, and Abyss, as you're working on the door, you suddenly hear Vandelius begin chanting some words, and then you hear just a very loud thud sound. Jenna, are you there?
Dun, dun, dun.
I think Abyss may have muted herself, or
She's
she...
not
Connected.
muted.
No, she
unless
may have
it's her
fallen
mic.
asleep.
Yep. Not the first time.
That would explain the close talking.
And you heard a thud because Vandelius is casting magic inside the church.
All I heard was just something about you hear a loud thud, and I'm like, what am I coming back
Mm-hmm.
Abyss passing out, apparently.
to?
Does anybody have her number to try and call her?
No. I should
No.
probably get that at some point.
I probably should also give you mine for all the times you've tried me on Facebook and it failed.
I have your old number.
I almost am 100% sure it is not going to work. Especially if it's my old cell phone number. That is not even available anymore.
Alright, well, I guess since Abyss isn't here, I won't continue describing what just happened. The rest of you continue your tasks for the day.
Alright.
Meeting all back up at the church. You walk inside, and all of the windows have been barricaded completely. The doors are now finished.
Oh.
Beds have been made. Pews are all gone. There's actual furniture, and when you go down into the catacombs area, it's cleaned, and all of the graves have been kind of blocked off.
That's good.
You see Vandelius is at the end of it, and he's got a chair set up with some tea on a table. He's got his bag is sat down in the corner, and he's just sitting there enjoying some tea in the relative dim light.
Oh, how you doing?
Doing fine. Most of my resources went to patching this place for the day. I've not had to cast that many spells in a very long time.
You get to stretch, the spellcasting muscle.
The brain.
Hey, it's still a muscle.
You're not wrong. Anyway, now that we are relatively alone, what assistance may I offer? I will be gone at the end of tomorrow, back to Elgrolal. You have me for another day, and if you have any items to trade, now would be the time. Or coins.
You care about coin?
Not necessarily, but coins buy materials for components.
Fair. Just hard to imagine someone with all your magical stuff
Unlimited
needing
power.
coin.
I don't necessarily need it. It's just sort of a useful thing to have more of. Some spells cost a significant amount of money.
Indeed.
I wouldn't know, aside from the resurrection spells.
Anyway,
Anyways,
any items you have on you that you don't want, I am willing to offer trades. And anything that you found when you went into the underground area of the churches back in Yaha.
really the only thing I could think of, I already gave away. To a fae.
Okay, there is the Ring of Warmth no one is currently using. The Holy Avenger that I think Chris wants to use once he multiclasses.
Yes.
The Tome of Dreams that no one has used.
What does that do again?
You read it every day, and it either gives you a benefit or a bad.
I think it's safe to give that to him.
Yeah.
You either get temporary hit points or you take psychic damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a vote. We ask if he at least wants it. Because knowing our luck, probably not going to go up.
He'll take
Probably
it.
why some of us
It's
forgot about it.
interesting, and it's a book.
It's interesting and it's a book. Sounds like my logic.
Let's see. You have... could give him the blasting gloves if you don't want them.
I kind of like holding on to them for, just in case I need the elemental magic, because we have had to do that a couple times, particularly with trolls.
Ronnie's Pipes of Haunting that he doesn't use, period.
What? I've used the Pipes of Haunting.
You've used them like once.
Which one was the Pipe of Haunting?
The
They
pipes
cause
that you
frightening.
play that causes frightening.
You
They
usually
don't
play
know.
the other thing.
No, this entire time I actually thought that was the death whistle.
No.
My defense.
What do I still have? Well, yeah.
I mean, if you
maybe
guys
The
want to go with
Makohitil.
not.
You could give that up. If you're not going to use it anymore, the Silvered Thorned Whip could be given up.
Yeah, well, let's get those two away.
Valeria's Poisons.
One of the insignia claws, right?
I think your wolf still has that.
No, I'm pretty sure I took off both of them, and I gave one to Ratchata and held on to the other one for, like, selling or just in case purposes.
I mean, yeah, if you do have it, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Trust
that's
your
what I
judgment
did.
on that one. Okay, so we have one uncommon item. The Insignia of Claws is an uncommon item, so it's 2. What else? The Makuhitil.
Yep, you can take the Makihuto and the whip.
Okay, so that's 3. Okay,
You
so
don't
that's
wanna use it
4
anymore after
uncommon
the bucket
items.
incident?
Well,
I mean, I'll offer up the Pipes of Haunting, because, like I said, I've never used them.
Up to you.
the Pipes of Haunting are also uncommon. So 5 uncommon items.
We can also give them all the crap we picked up out of the tombs.
None of you wrote any of that down.
I did.
I wasn't gathering it, so I wasn't paying attention to it.
Here's the list, Nate. Oh, actually, I can just put it right here. I did a smart.
Did you though?
Yes.
I mean, hey,
Yes.
if it works.
Let's see. Oh, you don't need up here.
Oh,
do.
okay. These are just trade goods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he said he wanted money, and that is valuable.
Yeah, it has value. Okay. So all of your stuff combined, he's willing to trade you a rare item. He has a plethora within his catalog books.
He had a catalog.
Yeah, those magic
Jesus
books where he
Christ.
pulled the item out of the book is a catalog book. Is a magic item. It's used for storing.
I also have one more weird item that is useless to like everybody in our group. I don't know
What's
what the
that?
value is. A wizard's journal.
Yeah, you
I
have
mean,
Belle's journal that you never read.
I never read it.
I mean,
is it completely useless to you? Because I thought maybe at some point you might be able to gain some of those spells. I don't know.
it's
part
not a
of the
spell
weird-
book.
Oh, it's not a spell book.
No, it's his
Okay.
diary.
Oh, well.
She found it while she was on his bed.
Apparently, it's the wizard journal that knocked everybody out. That's how I fucking wrote it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a cursed item.
Yeah, we could give that to him.
We could ask him, do you want it? I mean, do we know that's cursed?
Yeah. I mean, it knocked 2 people out.
Doesn't necessarily mean cursed.
It wouldn't do anything to him, so he doesn't care. Like, he'd open it, nothing would happen, and he'd just hand it back. It's just a diary.
Okay.
Good defense mechanism against people who want to try and read his stuff. Make it look like it's his journal. And knock out the intruders. I don't know.
Okay, so we're getting rid of Pipes of Haunting.
So, one rare item
Mm-hmm.
for all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming it's an item that probably only one of us could use.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, probably then, who should we get an item for? We have
Depends
2
what it is.
frontliners.
Okay, so
Yep.
believe everyone who needs a weapon has a magic weapon at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, more or less.
However, only one of you has magic armor.
Fair. I was gonna actually ask about talking to like any of the soldiers or something of if they have leather armor that I could fit into because that'll up my AC already.
You mean studded leather?
Whatever's the light armor that I can just add my dex to it without mods, without like being like I can only add
Yeah,
max
studded
2.
leather is the highest.
So yes, studded leather. Studded leather. I can talk.
Stud
The
leather.
studded weather.
I've been doing a lot of
Stud
talking.
leather.
Brings out
Hello. Bring out the stud in you.
Yes, bring out the stud in the tiny little tiefling girl who always panics.
Panic.
Oh, you're fine.
All this panic, no disco.
See, the world is a disco right now. What do we
The
do in
world
a
has
disco?
been a
We
disco.
panic.
The
I
world
beg to
has been a
differ.
disco for many years now.
But which of us is the one with the magic armor?
Lufir
Ah,
is the shadow armor.
want to discuss about getting armor, then probably Abyss should get armor
Yeah.
because she's also the frontliner. So
Don't
9
even
times out of
have-
10, she's gonna get slapped a lot.
I can say that.
Yeah, I can.
That
do
or whoever's gonna get targeted, that's a spellcaster, which is either Lorelei. Yeah, of our party, it's Lorelei.
Okay, look, if my only concern for any kind of armor is just anything even marginally better than what I have. So I don't need anything extreme. Give it to Abyss. It's more important for her than me.
Yeah, but you're also our healer. Our primary source of healing, because I can heal, but it's pretty small compared to you.
Objective.
Huh?
Yeah, like I said, just give me some, like, one level up of my armor.
What are
That's
you
it.
wearing right now? What are you wearing right now?
No idea.
Clothes, preferably.
Let me check.
Assumedly. God damn it.
Looking at your sheet all the time.
This is what I have. Studded leather.
That's about as good as you're gonna get unless you're going up a tier.
I mean, unless you get magic armor.
Yeah, no, I'm good with my studded.
Sure.
Mhm.
Going once, going twice.
Like
Alright.
I
Oh.
said, I'd rather prefer Abyss be able to take more hits, because that's less I have to spend healing her.
Agree. There's just also the idea of he's pretty damn smart and might target you, and that's my concern.
Keep Lorelei from the front line then.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, then what I need is ranged weaponry, because I do not have ranged weaponry.
Magic
Because you have
cast.
spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
You have
Bitch's
spells.
Mockery. And
You
I
don't have
couldn't-
any other... Have you looked at long range spells?
I don't really have a lot in terms of long range spells. Most of my long range spells are buffers.
Buff the party.
Trying to look to see if I have anything that you might be able to use.
Like, it doesn't.
Oh!
Anything extreme. Give me a
Can you use
crossbow.
a short bow?
I can use everything.
You can take my short bow. I've had it since level 1.
There we go.
Oh shit, but it's not a magic weapon.
So.
Therein lies the problem.
Oh.
I mean, I
Can
have
Vendelius-
silver arrows, but I don't think that's gonna work. They're gonna be helpful
Can
since we've
Vendelius
already
do
had this
enchantments?
discussion. Huh?
Can Vendelius do enchantments?
No.
Okay.
He's
Not-
only willing
not
to give us
quickly.
one item.
Okay.
Then it might actually be better if we ask for a magic weapon for Lorelei, so that Lorelei can stay. As much as it would be great to have the armor, that way Lorelei can stay far away enough that she is going to be able to do the heals and keep us buffed and alive.
Alright, I'm good with that.
Does
I
that
just
sound?
will give us 2 lower class magic items.
Is that something? I'll ask him. Is it possible to give 2 items that are of lower class?
Oh yeah, no, he'll trade you some uncommon stuff too.
Okay. What's
If Lorelei just wants a flat out +1 bow, he can do that.
Hey man,
Okay.
it does magic.
that counts?
Like, if it works, then I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'd rather Abyss have more survivability than me having a bow.
Well,
How high? is
unfortunately,
plus
if you take the uncommon, he
armor?
won't trade you the armor.
Shit. That's what I was
It's
just about
not
to ask.
+1 armor. It is armor with a magic effect. It is studded
Oh.
leather.
How much would it be to buy the bow outright?
+1 weapon is, in a regular magic setting, 100 gold. In a low magic setting, is about twice that, 200.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, I can easily afford that, I guess. It's
Yeah, buy the bow.
platinum.
I will take the armor for this.
Or just have Lorelei pay for the bow and use the slot for the armor.
Yeah, that's what I said. Buy the bow out.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were gonna get the
No, no, no.
armor for her, and I got confused. Okay.
No. Buy the bow. Take it out of the party funds. It's literally a pinch.
Yeah, no, it's
What do we
a
have?
small amount for us.
Okay, so Lorelei, you have a +1. I mean, you can have a +1 longbow.
Okay.
Jealous.
You can have it after the battle ends.
I
She
can't.
can't use it.
I
She's not
physically
forced.
can't use it, and it makes me so mad. All because I'm not actually an elf.
I just feel terrible now.
As you should.
No, it's not your fault. It's
Alright, now
I
I can
can't
more or
train
less stay
for
out
it.
of the thing.
You
Okay,
do
so
agree.
that's about 200 gold gone.
Okay, did we
ain't
do
honestly
that
worth
bet
it.
already?
I didn't.
Alright,
Take it
no,
out
I
of
just
the
want to
party.
make sure that Chris didn't do it.
No, I
Minus,
didn't
take another 200 gold out. He will also sell you +1 ammo.
do it. There you go. Again, we've got money.
Does
that's
that
not an issue.
break?
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
it has the same loss rate as normal arrows.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just does a bit more damage.
Yep.
That kind of seems wasteful for as much as that costs.
Boy, buy the arrows. Trust
If
me.
you aren't gonna take them, I will because I could actually use them.
Do they work like that?
They're +1 to hit and damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, they're just arrows. They just have a better chance of hitting, and they hit a little harder.
You could probably afford to buy some other uncommon things from him if you're interested. However, if you are taking the armor, who is getting it?
I think we
Abyss.
agreed Abyss is taking it.
Yeah.
Because she's also a frontliner and would be most likely get slapped since Lufir already has magic armor.
I'm actually kind of interested in seeing what the armor does.
I'm
Me-
actually.
Is Abyss awake yet?
I have no freaking idea. Abyss!
Hey guys,
What?
we have like 2-star rubies, 2 black opals, 2-star sapphires, an emerald, a yellow sapphire.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of
Yeah.
shit.
We
Yeah,
could,
I know we do. Why?
I mean, he could use those more than we could, right?
They're not casting focuses or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
thought
just been
those
the
were-
case we haven't been able to sell them.
Yeah.
No, I haven't actively tried. I just like figured they were like casting focuses, and he said they were expensive. And hello,
They're
like,
expensive, that's it.
The
Yeah.
main thing is the diamonds, and I think that's the only gem we've agreed not to sell because
Yep.
we know what they can be used for.
yeah, no, we need those more than anything.
Yeah, every other casting focus, I mean, the only person who's probably going to need them is you, and if you haven't seen a spell that's going to need those specific gems, you're probably not going to need them anytime soon,
I haven't looked into that.
if at all.
Okay.
Called
Ring of
Intuitive
Warmth.
Wishlet.
Delete. Tome of Dreams. Archive. Fucking Insignia of Claws. You still have the other one, so I'm not getting rid of that paper.
Yep. Please don't.
The Pipes of Haunting. Delete.
Yeah, you can take the Druid Crab bracelet as well.
Nah, he does not want that. That is a common item.
Okay. I had no idea what it was.
Yeah, it's one of my things we picked up early in our adventure.
Yeah, I
It's
think we
used
bought
to
it at,
tell
like,
what the
Bobbles.
weather's going to be today.
Mhm.
Oh, that piece of shit?
Wow!
Why do you call it a
Be
piece of
nice to
shit?
the poor thing.
Let's see if I can
Oh,
wake up
fuck's
Abyss
sake.
by changing to some heavy
Metal
fucking music.
Or you could just
The
screech
birds
loudly at
do
her.
not
That
come
always
through the
works.
microphone.
Really not.
Okay. Okay. It's okay. Are you just gonna sit on my shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a cat on my shoulder.
Meow.
Aw.
Meow.
Question is, is it a cat in the
Could be.
Oh, you're so cute.
hat? I know. I try to be.
Not even on fail.
It's okay. Oh my
Yeah, no,
goodness,
I'm
you're so
really not
sleepy.
surprised if this
see something on the monitor?
Yes.
You sound like when I'm talking to my child.
It was a ghost.
She is my child.
Oh! I just heard something from Abyss's mic.
Yeah, it was her snoring.
I think she rolled over you.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
Yes. Awaken from your slumber.
Awaken.
Nate,
Arise,
Mhm.
chicken, arise.
this sounds
Arise,
incredibly cruel,
chicken,
but you don't
arise.
have like a sound bit that's like an alarm going off for the jukebox, do you?
No.
Darn.
Um.
You might need to look into getting one just in case.
Auga.
I
Just
also
warn
don't want to
us so we can turn
subject
it
the
down.
stream to excessively loud noise, so.
You
How
could
noisy.
always
Yeah, and if you
that
turn it down on
portion.
your end, it probably turns it down for the rest of us too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bark.
Did
Boggart.
you just bark?
I meant to say boggart and then my tongue tripped, so it came out bark.
Banana.
What were we listening to
Blah, blah,
just now? God damn it. It's freaking. I feel like we were listening to one of the Contemplate themes, but. Nah, that's a little
Oh.
too. This'll
cat.
do. This'll do just fine.
That'll
Alright,
do.
well, fucking.
That'll do.
Oh, great, that's. There we go. Got stuck on my screen for a little bit. Cool. The Abyss has new armor.
Word.
Yay.
Oh.
Do we know what it does?
She does.
We do not.
Okay
Does
then.
armor stuff.
So you guys
Can
see
we-
she puts on this studded leather armor that's got mushrooms growing from it. It's got specifically mycelia growing from it.
Nate,
Hmm?
is that what I think it is?
So what would you think it is?
No armor.
The armor. Is it
No.
something that Fezra might have mentioned to me during all the shenanigans in my demi-plane?
I don't think she would have mentioned this.
She mentioned living wood being turned into armor.
No, she mentioned living wood being used as a metal replacement for heavy armors. This is still just regular studded leather. It's just growing
far of a
mushrooms.
Not that far of a leap. But okay.
So, this is what it does.
Ooh, I like that armor.
Huh.
She now has a maxed out constitution.
Well,
I should have took the armor.
If we get her better armor, I kind of want to steal those.
Right.
Well, good luck, because as she finishes putting it on and attunes to it, it melds to her skin.
Wonderful.
It's a good thing sleeping in light armor doesn't impose anything, because she physically cannot remove it. It is cursed.
Gotta be removed via.
Well, that
Making
makes fun in the bedroom a lot more complex.
I mean,
I don't know if
sure.
she cares nearly as much as some of us do.
I'm also a little jealous of this armor.
Yeah, a lot of really nice effects, and the curse is pretty mild, not gonna lie.
Actually, is pretty mild.
come on, you can do
The-
it. You're-
I'm not telling you guys what the curse is, but I'm just saying it's mild.
I didn't want to be that guy. I'm like, I'll give her my armor and I'll take the armor.
Your armor is basically useless, mister. I never sneak anywhere.
What?
You also never cast the spell that it has,
Yeah, situations never really pop up yet for me.
and you never shadow step.
Yeah. I mean, if they
The
attack
armor would be way more useful to your rogue, but Shreds
Aye.
also has the Skulker feat, so the armor's biggest benefit is useless to him.
What, Shadow Step?
Fear?
Yeah.
No,
I doubt I
the
said it.
advantage on stealth
Ah.
while in dim and dark areas.
Already have that. Yay.
Let's see. What other uncommon items does he have that might be of use to you all? He's got wands.
Oh, what kind of ones?
Several.
Oh, wands.
Wait, minute.
I'm still waiting.
Sorry? Still waiting for what?
You said wait a minute.
Sorry. I heard my mom right outside my door and I thought she was talking to me and then got no response, so I am back.
Oh, okay. He's got, let's see, Wand of the War Mage, +1. Not useful to Lorelei to an extent. Wand of Webs, Wand of Magic Missiles.
Webs might
He's
be
got
useful.
several scrolls, lots of potions.
How are we on potions, guys?
I got 1 potion of healing.
Oh, not. He does have some healing potions of all varieties, but
Nate?
Hmm?
What is this Vendilius' character's alignment?
You don't know that.
How
Shit,
would we know
okay.
that?
I
I'm
don't know.
assuming neutral at best. Potentially lawful neutral. But my guess is neutral. On the neutral spectrum. Why? What were you thinking?
Oh, no, I was just actually curious if maybe I can get some information on that bloody flippin' stone that I have.
I mean, you can ask.
I don't know. I don't
Hello.
know if I want to ask. That's the problem.
Are you gonna find anybody else who's gonna be nearly as magic knowledgeable as him? Other than your mom?
I should have
yeah.
met our mom.
I would
I'm not about to
advise.
ask the Lich.
I'd advise letting that Lich know you even had that thing.
Yeah, the Lich, I definitely would not ask.
Yeah, I know. Don't.
For all the reasons we've discovered.
Yes.
Look, I may be stupid.
But I'm stupid.
I'm not stupid.
I may be stupid.
But I'm also stupid.
I may be fat, but I'm slow.
You're not slow if we roll you down a hill.
No, it just rolls faster.
That's my point.
Like a
I
flat
don't
tire.
roll down hills, actually.
It's right.
He doesn't roll very well.
No.
He's in a more
Anyways.
He just takes bloops.
Yeah, I guess I'll have
I think
to soon.
Okay. Pull it out and hand it to him, and he looks at it, and he looks at you, and he looks at it. Why do you have a soul stone?
Internet? No, Lorelei just died. I don't remember where we found it.
Alright, well, it contains a soul. If you consume... Well, it contains numerous souls. If you consume one of the souls within it, it gives you life energies. That's about it. It's a naturally occurring crystal within the Hells. And the Abyss. And possibly Hades, I'm not sure.
Wait, there's souls
Right.
trapped inside of it?
Yes, about 3, I believe.
Well, that might explain a thing or two.
Are they bad souls?
Well, this crystal only naturally occurs in the lower planes, so take that as you will.
Why?
Highly valuable to devils and demons. Useful for trades.
Just something I'd probably keep.
Unless you plan on dealing with devils, something you should probably give to me.
You know what? I'm kind of voting on that.
I could use this for a few things.
Okay.
Things.
Do you have anything equal to trade?
Define equal.
Of its value of use.
To me, I suppose useful to her or useful to you, and he motions to all of you.
That's up to her.
That's all on you. Who do you
Then-
think would value from this?
Useful to you.
Okay. I accept.
I was gonna say useful to the party could be useful to Lorelei, but
Mhm.
fair.
I
I
have
mean-
several things that would be useful to you.
Well, if only you brought this out before you bought the bow.
Oh,
Oh,
believe
God.
me, that bow is a trifle compared to this.
Sort of my point.
I don't technically need a magic weapon because I can make mine into a magic weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You're correct.
Let's see what we have for offers on this, and we will.
I'm not
choose one.
offering. You ask, what do you want?
What could you use?
Wands, scrolls, staves, weapons, items, potions.
Knowledge.
You know,
I just-
how about another magic flute? I'm saying it sarcastically, but Gray halfway is being.
Lorelei stops.
Literal.
Like, my flute's not magic. It's sentimental.
I mean, you have another magic flute.
Hey,
Oh, this thing, and I just pull out the flute and blow into it.
Oh god. I see her go for it and immediately go to cover my ears.
He just hears you and he's like, wonderful.
I did not just acting up now.
I mean, I haven't the slightest idea of what we could possibly.
Use your brain.
Lorelei just looks at
You're
the
asking too
group and
much.
you guys figure out what you want.
Except it's your soul thingy, so you're the one who gets to barter for it.
Yeah, but
I just need you to pick wand, weapon, armor, or item or potion.
fuck it, let's go with some armor.
Great. Starts looking through his book.
As if Vendelius needed any more reason to be annoyed at Lorelei.
Or our group in general.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Making me pack up, making me leave, making me do stuff.
I believe one of your tastes would find this amicable. And he hands you this. It's +1 armor, and you can use it by speaking its command word to make it look like clothing or other armor. You decide everything about what that armor looks like.
Oh, that's funny. that is just fucking funny.
There you go. You got your armor.
Oh, that's just comical.
Reminds me of something
I can just see it now.
that
Lorelei's gonna
pertains
be
to a
walking
different
around
game.
in fucking full plate.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna make this
You
look like a giant battle vestment.
Alright, well,
Could
your
you
armor,
shoot
your
fire
AC
out of
is
it
now
constantly?
17, which
Imagine
puts
finding-
you on par with Abyss.
That's
Oh my
good.
god.
Okay, who needs some studded armor then? Sorry, who needs some studded armor in our group? Who could benefit?
Studded
mean-
leather armor?
Yeah?
I literally was just asking about that not
There you
too
go.
long ago.
Yeah.
Please.
Alright. My dex is a 14. What does the studded leather armor bump me up to?
I think it doesn't. I think it changes you to a 16.
That's still up. That's granted up by 1 point, but it's up. Whoa.
And it weighs considerably less than your chain.
Hey.
It also smells like Lorelei, which is to say it probably smells pretty pleasant, because Lorelei prestidigitates herself.
Constantly. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it doesn't smell like a brothel.
Hey man, you don't want a bard smelling like crap that's gonna scare people away.
That
Needs
though.
to smell like cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Great, I'm gonna be hungry. Bad enough I've been helping my mom make candies.
Wait, are you being like IRL talk or like in the game?
In the game.
In the game talk.
Okay, I got like really confused.
That's not surprising at all.
Oh, Nate, does this guy have hair?
Yeah.
Vendelius? Yeah.
Okay, I
God.
thought he was bald.
I thought Lorelai was
That's
gonna try to sell
random.
some product.
Well, no. Just, as a token of,
You're
You
gonna
know,
give
all the-
him fucking. Gonna clean his hair?
no, I'm gonna give him one of Dad's soothing balms.
You hand him the ointment and he kind of smells it and he just hands it back. Believe me, when you're as adept at magic as myself, you have no need of such things, and that does not smell pleasant.
Not supposed to smell pleasant.
It probably should, to be honest.
Or like has participated on it.
Or like has
Lorelai uses a smell spell.
Smell.
Prestidigitation.
You're just gonna rename
Ow,
it now?
I gave
Smell
myself a
spell.
headache.
Okay, I'm not changing the name to smell spell.
We changed the name of that spell to Febreze.
I mean, it's mostly accurate. It does clean and make things fresh, so it works. It's the D&D equivalent of Febreze.
I spelled that wrong, didn't I?
Yes, it's two E's, not an I.
Febreze. It's Febreze.
Febreze.
Y'all are jealous of my Febreze.
Oh yeah, we're jealous of you, alright?
Just to double check with him, he can't sell any +1 armor to us? Doesn't
He
have any
has
available?
some. +1 armor, though, is a rare item, so it is very expensive.
Mm.
Never
That
mind.
explains why I got it so easily.
I wouldn't say easily. It did take a lot to get you to say it.
Well, I didn't know. I was thinking you guys wanted something to benefit the group more than Lorelai.
So, well, the thing was, it was your thing to pick.
Don't care.
Clearly. Anyways, so 100 gold for the ammunition. How much ammunition?
200 gold for 10.
200 gold for 10. Okay. I'm gonna nab some of that from the party fund.
I
because
already
can
did.
need to. You already did?
Yeah, I assumed you were buying it, so.
Yep.
Oh, I already deducted that from the party.
No,
fund
you
already.
didn't. It was still sitting at 7,500. Nobody
I'm
minused any
also-
money.
I'm also
Oh.
buying it for myself, so if you want some, go
No,
forth
my-
and conquer.
My bad. I actually typed in I forgot to save the thing. Hey,
Yeah, that
otherwise,
happens.
No, the only
Anyways,
thing I'm
let's-
just gonna need is just some basic ammo and a quiver.
I mean, eh.
Meh.
+1 arrows. Might as well get the +1 stuff, because that'll stick with us if we don't use it all.
I don't know our group. We'll burn through it in one fight.
Actually, we don't most of the time. I usually don't go below 10. Maybe 5.
That usually only happens if you're having shit rolls.
Yep.
No, I'm gonna stick with standard for now.
Okay.
Just making suggestions as your long-ranged fighter to another potentially long-ranged fighter.
Fine. I will take 10
Fighting!
Good lord.
Just saying.
No, regular quiver.
Well, it's not like he has like a fucking. Wait, does he have a quiver overloaded?
Yes.
How much?
Fucking, what's the rarity of the quiver again? It's just uncommon, right?
I think so, yeah. I think a quiver alone is just uncommon, because I know we got it in the other game.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's an uncommon.
Basically, the bag of holding of quivers, because it can hold a
Oh.
fuck ton of shit.
Alright. 500 gold.
Jesus.
Alright, how much are we at as far as the party gold goes?
Oh, you got way more.
I figured. I don't want to spend too much on my own stuff. Granted, I've barely spent on
It's like
anything
I
for
said
me.
earlier. I'm sure we can just take whatever we want out of the party funds for all what we need for this war,
Yeah.
and not have to worry about it because we can sell our gems later.
In that case, I'll buy +1 studded leather armor from him then. Because I don't know if any of his shit flies. That scare the hell out of me. For all I know, he'll summon another wraith.
They'll come for you.
Don't mind me. Hey, I've already got the veins, so maybe it will be like, oh hey, easy target.
Yep, right. Let's get you touched up in those tattoos.
I don't have any tattoos.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, the magic item tattoos are coming in Tasha's.
Yay!
Yeah, that's true. A book I intend to get. So the quiver was how many? How much gold?
It's 500 for the quiver.
500. How much for studded leather armor? The +1?
I gotta find the stupid magic item cost chart.
I'm sorry. I don't want to get slapped.
2
That's the
grand.
last time we fought it. 2 grand, so okay, that'll take an interesting chunk, but still decent. I'm only at only at 2,500. Anybody else need anything? Because I think as far as that goes, I mean, I have standard arrows that I can still use. I still even have silver arrows I could use. So that plus the 10 +1s are really great. On top of the fact I still have the dragon breath arrows and some unbreakable arrows, though I leave those for like absolute last. God forbid I get down that low. Anybody else want to try and get some added armor? I think all of us have a magic weapon and only 2 of us needed ammunition. Wait, Valeria, how are you on bolts?
Yeah.
Shreds is not here right now.
Oh, did he
Sorry, my mic
disappear?
was mute. I said I think I just recently purchased some bolts.
Do you want +1 ammunition?
He would have to give up some of his normal bolts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have 20 arrows and 18 bolts.
Because Shreds has both a magic crossbow and a normal short bow.
Should probably give my short bow away.
Man, this session's
And
become
my
nothing but
rapier.
planning after all.
Should I keep my silver rapier?
No.
I mean,
Up to
Do you
you.
hold on? You only have your mercurial dagger right now, right? For
No, I
magic
have a
weapons.
Rapier.
For
Yeah,
magic weapons,
for magic, yes.
you can give that to him
The
and
silver.
purchase on top of it a magic rapier if you want.
That
The
might be a
silver
good
drape.
idea because you keep using the rapier.
Okay.
Okay, +1 weapon is 200 gold. He'll knock off 50 of it for the silver rapier.
So 150 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm keeping a tally so that I can edit of
Okay.
what's spent so far.
So should I just change my silver to rapier? Whoops. Did I click on that?
You did.
You did.
My bad. I need to get rid of that one. I'll give it to the town.
Why don't you just go
Okay.
ahead and give me a pause so I don't need anything else.
Regular rapier
What other-
gone. Silver rapier gone. Don't forget
What
you have
other-
poisons in your inventory, Shreds.
I do have poison.
Yeah. what sort of potions does he have? I know he said that there's
He's got
healing.
basically every potion in existence.
Do we know about potions like of giant strength and shit like that?
Probably not to a great extent, but probably.
Basically stuff that makes attacks harder or things like that. Because I think that's how Potion of Giant Strength works, is like you gain so much strength that can help with attacks or checks in that regard.
It lasts for an hour.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what's
so
on
it would be a like pop, bonus action pop it at the start of the fight. At least that's
If you
what I
are
assume.
willing to trade your gems, you guys could afford more rare items.
Okay. Everybody cool with that idea?
Because in your, as Ronnie mentioned earlier, while they are not for casting, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7,
A lot.
8,000 gold's worth of gems that aren't
Yeah.
diamonds.
Yeah. I didn't even try to math. I just like, that's a lot. Yeah. I mean, that's even more than what we have in the party fund. I've got a tally of just what we've spent so far since making the edit.
I mean, hell,
I'd say
we could just buy back the money worth of trade.
oh shit.
That's what
Firstly, I'm dumb. I have 4 potions in my bag that I haven't given to people, but I think we should buy a couple extra healing potions just to be on the safe side. Stuff to, pop in case, people go down or just give us that little bit of health boost. How is he on greater healing potions?
He's
I
got
think that
quite a
would be more
few.
beneficial. Okay, I think we should get at least 4 of those, for 5 of those, 1 for each of us at least, and then I can give everybody a potion of healing. Does that sound cool to everybody?
Interested in my ring of evasion?
Did nobody?
I heard.
He'll take it. Yes, we heard you. How many graders do you want?
I said originally 5, so that each of us can have a greater, and maybe 1 extra regular. So that would be how much? Though I know the regular is like what, 100? Oh no, it's 50 gold. Greater's 150? If I'm correct?
Ish.
Ish.
All together for the 5 graders plus an extra plus a regular, it would be.
Well, no, just plus the regular, the
Oh,
extra
okay,
regular. 'Cause I
so-
have 4. So it's 5 graders and 1 regular.
750 plus, so 800 gold.
Alright, 800 gold. We're at 3450. 3450. And we've got like, what, 8,000 in gems?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've still got room.
He does, Lufier, in your direction, mention that he has the belt.
I would like the belt.
How much is the belt?
It's a belt of hill giant strength for 5 grand.
Jesus Christ!
I need the belt.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we
I-
still have our party funds if we need to spend
Yeah.
any more, but yeah, that's a lot.
It's a chunk, but it's gonna be worth it. I'll throw in my measly 187.
You don't need to do that, and please don't.
No.
Don't start making the math more complex.
Alright,
Yeah, please don't, because I'm doing it.
I'll take
Okay.
the belt.
So it's just 5k straight?
Straight.
Okay.
It's worth less than that, but low magic campaign means more expensive, so.
Much more expensive. Alright, so you said that the gems were worth 8,000 what?
8,000 flat.
Straight. 8,000 flat, okay. So basically all we need to do is take
Lufier's now the strongest person in the party. He has a
We just
strength
need to
score of
take,
21.
We just need to take 450 out of the party fund because that uses up 8,000. All 8,000. Is there anything else we want to get? Any more potions?
Is there anything that can help my charisma?
You're already wearing it.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Your belt requires attunement, so you gotta drop something.
I dropped the ring of evasion.
Okay, the ring of evasion is now up for grabs.
I'm gonna really quickly check what a ring of evasion does.
3 charges. You can choose to succeed on a failed dex save 3 times a day.
I'll take that.
Does require
agree.
attunement.
The only thing I can think of that I have that's attunement is my wait. There's 2 things that I might have, but then that still leaves me room. There's either the gloves might be attunement.
They are
I'm
not.
double checking. They are not. So then the only thing I can think of is the stomp shot, and I don't even think that's attunement.
Nope.
It is not. So I don't have any attunement slots that are being used up. Woo woo.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I'll take the ring of evasion. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Have you edited the party funds?
I'm doing that right meow.
Go ahead and delete all of the non-diamonds.
Yep, that's what I'm about to do. I accidentally closed down the wrong thing. Give me a second. Hello there. I'm here, precious. Alright.
You guys are still sitting on 7 grand if you want another magic item.
Word.
Here we go. Not let me. What else could we need?
Need or want?
Would he happen to have that returning dagger that one fellow had?
No, it's not the dagger, it's the belt.
Oh.
I should call it boomerang.
Does he have the belt?
Oh my god, she's awake.
She's woke!
Hi, Abyss.
Hey,
Oh, you have new armor. What happened? Did you fall asleep?
I guess.
Yeah, we tried talking to you and you didn't respond. And then we heard you like rustling and I guess heavy breathing or snoring.
Okay, and
That was like an hour and a half ago, by the way. You have new armor. It's cursed. You can't take it off.
150.
Oh shit.
Now we're down
But
to
every time you receive healing, you gain temporary hit points equal to half of that healing. And your
Nice.
constitution is now maxed.
Yeah.
Woo.
Okay, so now we have, as far as funds go, 6,654. We also do have the large gold bracelet. I don't know if that matters at all. And
The large gold bracelets, I think, worth 50 gold.
it didn't say, so I wasn't sure.
Do you have any?
And I didn't want to mess with it. There's
rings
also
or any-
5 books of Ione.
Those are Lorelei's books
Yeah, I
from
was
from
just pointing
Ione's
out.
study.
Yeah.
Those are going to the Holdsworth.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Alright, I just figured I'd point them out. I was like, there's these 5 books here, and I don't know who they belong to. So
Does he have
might
any-
as well point them out in case whoever wanted them doesn't need them or not.
Does he have any
rings or anything that can do magical effects without attunement?
without
I doubt it.
attunement? Yeah, but not anything particularly useful.
Okay.
The only ring, animal influence. 3 charges. You can cast animal friendship, fear, or speak with animals.
So me.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm already attuned to everything I can be.
Besides, strengthy.
Speaking of Ioun. Ioun stones?
There's a couple
There's a couple. What couple does he have?
that you can probably afford.
Yes.
It's fucking hell. Okay, awareness. Protection, sustenance.
Protection sounds like something that would be useful to me. Go.
It gives you +1 AC. That's it.
Oh, it's just +1 AC? Okay. Let me just double check.
Do you have to attune to those things?
Hmm?
Can't be surprised, so that one's not useful. How is that rare? You said awareness,
Protection and
protection.
sustenance. Sustenance, you don't have to eat or drink.
Never mind. So literally the only one kind of useful is the protection, and that only might be
He
marginally
has a
useful.
reserve one as well, which is like a lesser ring of spell storing, but it's beyond your payment option.
Bogger. I figured I'd try because I
He
just
does
happened
have
to
a
think
ring
about...
of spell storing, but also beyond your payment. Unless you guys have
course he
anything
does.
else to offer.
Of course he does. Literally the only thing I can think of is the Snuggle Beast, and I'm not giving that up. And I'm also certain Lorelei is not giving up her Snuggle
Nope.
Beast, probably more so than Amardia. So, nope. Those are very useful. What's the...
Shreds.
No.
Yes.
What about your poisons?
I didn't really
Do
want to
you
give
need
up my
that?
drought poison.
You
but
haven't used them at all.
I was getting there, but okay. I purchased some of these, but fine. Yes.
If
You
it
can have the
results in
poison.
purchasing more magic items, it's probably going to be even better.
Yeah, we can give him the poisons.
Alright.
Cool. That's
So have
another.
we,
Let's see. Purple worm is worth 2 grand.
Sweet.
Oh,
Plus, give me the
Another
tally.
200 for the essence, or wait, 200 or 300? 300 for the essence of Aether. And then the
Alright.
sleep gas is worth about 100.
Alright. Anything else? I don't
That's-
know what
That's all
poison
of
she has.
Shred's poisons.
Alright, so we have 2,400.
Oh wait, Shred says drow poison too, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah!
A vial of drow poison.
Yeah,
just
it's
mentioned that.
worth 200 as well.
Okay, so made that 2,600.
And Ronnie has a scroll.
Of?
paralysis.
I have a scroll!
Scroll of
You want to keep the sleep
anti-paralysis.
one?
You have a scroll of what paralysis?
Anti-paralysis.
Anti-paralysis.
What?
Fluff is that spell?
Oh my god, it's the spell that will revert somebody back if they're paralyzed with like stone paralysis.
You idiot!
Oh.
You have the scroll of stone to flesh.
Oh, okay.
It's not anti-paralysis. It's a way weaker fucking scroll.
Look, I'm just
It's
reading
more like
what's written on my thing.
anti-petrification, but okay.
No, it's literally stone to flesh.
I know what it actually is called. I'm just...
Yeah, no, I'm just reading what is written in my thing. Okay, so
Wait a minute.
These are
don't
highly
know what these
specialized items. I
are.
don't know if you particularly want them.
But I want to show... I have 2 unidentified arrows. And I never figured out what they are in my inventory. And I cannot remember where they came from.
You know what those are. They were identified.
You?
Yeah, those
Oh,
are
the
your dragon breath
dragon
arrows.
Oh, let me arrange that. Fix that then.
They are white. Or silver in this case.
Silver. I thought they were white because of the...
Because they were
dragon
made
that
from a
we-
white dragon. But effect-wise, it's the same as the silver.
Okay. Cool.
Because the dragon breath ammo that Griffin Saddlebag made are only for the metallic dragons.
I mean, it's virtually the same, and I'm not... I know enough about my dragons to figure it out, but understandable. I just wanted to double check. Because I just happened to see that, and I'm like, wait a minute. I forgot. Okay.
So with just, you can keep all of your poisons except the highly expensive one, the purple worm poison.
Can I keep the sleeping one because that could actually
The only one, if you guys want the Ring of Spell Storing, he will just take the Purple Worm Poison.
Yes.
And
I
all
think
of you
that would
guys'
actually
remaining gold.
All?
All of it. The Ring of Spell Storing in this campaign is worth 8 grand.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Honestly, yeah. Because if we're gonna survive, we're probably gonna need that gold
We
for
can
later.
easily make money back. That's not a problem.
Ow!
Well,
We have a bag of holding and a bag of holding. And we're hoarders.
Oh yeah, you know, cause like
Couldn't
it's
tell.
like every day we walk into a dungeon and there's $8 million in there.
This is the ring of spell storing that can store like 5 levels of spells, right?
mm-hmm.
I
If we
mean,
pass this up now, we're not gonna get another chance. Until we go
Whoa.
to
yeah.
I was gonna say you can go to Ogre Law and ask him again.
Yeah.
I think he'll say, "Fuck no, leave me alone. Stop stalking me."
Yeah.
No, I think he'll sell it to us just to get us out of their face.
He
No, I
can
think
blow us
he'll
up.
tell us
I
to
don't think he's
stop
gonna want to sell anything to us at that point.
Doesn't need to blow you up. You just fucking ring finger of death.
Yeah.
Coward kill.
I mean, we blow this money now. We won't have money to pay for a boat to get off of this place or travel
We already
anywhere.
paid him.
Or
Didn't
You
we?
still have the platinum.
Yeah.
We still,
No,
yeah, I haven't even messed with the platinum, and I kind of am just thinking, don't mess with the platinum, which is still another 150.
Yeah, let the platinum be our emergency fund
Plus-
for travel and whatnot.
Plus, if push well and truly came to shove, we do have the ability to ask my mom to windwalk us to Ogre Law, and then make money there. If push well and truly came to shove.
Getting the ring?
Her or my dad.
I vote yes.
I also vote yes, because that's like 5 cure wounds that Lorelai can use for free.
Well,
And
she has to
that's
cast
me
them ahead of
thinking
time, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by it's just like she'd cast them early on before
Yeah,
the
that's
fight
like-
starts. I'm also voting yes. It's a lot of money, but honestly, a ring of spell storing is really fucking useful.
How long does the spell store for?
Until you use
Indefinitely.
them. Until you use them. And
Alright, that's 3
basically
yeses then.
And anyone
Yeah.
can use the spells stored in it. It doesn't necessarily have to stay on Lorelei.
Yep.
I will
we
go
do
with
have
yes
to-
then.
That does also mean your mother can cast druid spells into this and you can keep them for a rainy day.
Yep.
That would be helpful.
It would.
I mean, if it comes into that, yeah, this ring could actually be incredibly helpful. I
It
have a
is.
weird one on
It's
me.
just a
Though.
lot of money.
I have a gold bloodstone ring on me. Which that was fucking worth.
I don't know, that's from like way early in the campaign and you decided you wanted to keep it because you wanted bling.
Alright, then I'm keeping my bling ring.
Alright, so
Okay, what spells do you want to store in the ring? It is currently empty. It's nearing the end of the day, so now's the time to cast them in.
yeah.
I would say maybe 3 cure.
It was a question for Lorelei, unless
Yeah, no, I'm
unless
definitely
Amartia
gonna-
wants to cast spells into it.
I only have healing word, but if that's gonna be useful, then sure, I'll cast that into there. It's literally the only thing I can think
Lorelei
of.
doesn't have cure wounds, so
Healing word?
she has healing word. She doesn't have cure wounds.
Oh, wait a minute. I also don't have cure wounds because I never took it. Because I'm never around.
Yeah, your
Um,
mom can store them in.
Which one?
Then
what level is your
I'll.
wound?
I
Cure
vote we
wounds
ask
is a
my
touch
mom for
spell.
cure-
Healing word is a distance.
Yeah.
Cure wounds does
Oh.
more healing, but it requires
Yeah.
you to be right next to someone.
Could put it on Roger.
He
I'm
is
kidding,
capable-
I'm kidding.
No, Rachacha is capable of using magic items, and he can attune.
know. I just don't know whether that's actually viable, but eh.
Probably could have bought Rachacha something other than his armor.
We could have, but now we've spent all our money. I can't think of also anything that Rajacha can use, aside from...
Mostly wondrous items.
Yeah, he can only
And
really use
rings.
wondrous items. Wait,
He feels
does
most
he
things.
have any rings that might be useful to Regida? Regida's also a frontliner, because he's with Lufir most of the time.
So,
Let's see. Type ring.
'Cause
Let's see.
If
Ring
my math's
of
correct, we'll still have
evasion
600 gold.
that you're now wearing.
Yeah.
Ring of protection. Ring of resistance.
Is the
Ring
ring
of
of
water
resistance
walking.
specific? Yes, that'll
He
totally be useful
has,
right now.
let's see, he would have a fire resistance and probably necrotic and lightning.
I was about to ask about necrotic because I think that would be more useful. Which would be more one, because we still have, if my math's correct, we still have 600 gold because it's what 8,000 for the ring of spell storing, and
Mhm.
he's taking the purple worm, poison, and the rest of the 6,000. We still have 600, 650 to be exact. How much would either the protection or resistance be? Specifically, the necrotic resistance, because I feel like that's going to be the most important.
They're both rare,
today.
so you wouldn't be able to afford it.
Never mind then. I guess. Never mind. I can't think of anything to get my squirrel.
A ring of jumping.
the
He
Yes,
could be even
that is-
better at jumping because he can cast jump on himself at will.
If only there was like a ring of blur, that'd be great.
Couldn't you
But
put
that
I
would also
mean,
probably
there's a
be really
cloak.
fucking expensive. Yes, but that shit's expensive.
You
I'm
know
pretty
what?
sure
Also,
it's
how's it gonna
expensive.
stay on a squirrel?
My squirrel's magic.
Literally.
You guys know what's really, really interesting?
Mm.
We could flip the Holy Avenger and literally buy this guy's entire stock.
Or we couldn't, because I don't want to use that sword later.
Yeah, Lufir really wants to be a paladin. I have no way when that's
$100,000
gonna
sword. We're gonna have it for Lufir's 5 minutes of fancy on it.
That's his main weapon once he multiclasses.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He'll be taking the Holy Avenger.
Not to mention it is really, really, really useful. That's why it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm. So I'm the
If
one that can use it.
If nobody was going to become a paladin, then sure, it would easily have gotten sold as soon as we had the ability to. But if Lufir wants to multi-class, I'd say then we should keep it, because when are we going to find another Holy Avenger?
I mean, my idea was, everybody gets rare items, including the squirrel, or we get one sword.
That might not be as useful, because I mean, we're honestly pretty kitted out. I mean, it'd be nice to get
Well,
retro
you
chests,
guys
like that,
are
but
kitted out for your current level.
Yeah.
at the moment, but we have the chance to find other stuff to make it even further. So,
Because I'm multi-classing as soon as I get the chance to.
next level.
No,
much.
he has
Or
to
ne-
he
as
has to
soon
get
as
his
your
charisma up, so not until level
charisma's up.
12.
Yeah.
I mean, I see the point of buying the sword so that we can get more shit for our characters, but honestly, I'm running out of ideas of shit we need that's necessary for right now, as well as our future that we know of. Because anything else I can think of is like, stuff for, stealthing, like elvenkind items, like the cloak or the shoes. More out of combat stuff, and honestly, that's not a lot.
Wondrous figurines.
What does he have as far as wondrous figurines? I just
Oh,
forgot
he has
about
them
those.
all.
None of them we can buy, can we?
Not with any of the money you currently have.
Because damn, those lions would be really great right now. Patience and fortitude.
Silver Raven is the cheapest one, and that's still pretty hefty.
Spendy.
Yep.
It's also not that helpful, because I think the Silver Raven only does like what, Animal Messenger?
Turns into a raven that is friendly to you and understands your language.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not very useful for us.
I like the sound of that.
You
But
can
not
turn
for
into a
money.
raven 12 hours every 2 days.
Yeah, and I already have Animal Messenger, so...
It doesn't even have access to that. It's just a raven.
Are you sure? Hang on. I'm pretty sure that's the point of that. is that it
Becomes
has
a living
animals.
creature. If the space where the creature would be occupied, it then doesn't go. Friendly to you and your companions, it understands your languages and understands your spoken commands. If you issue no orders, then it defends itself.
I swore one of them that the whole damn point was. Oh.
Oh, while in Raven
There's-
form, the figure allows you to cast Animal Messenger on it at will.
See?
That's the last sentence, all the way down where it says the duration.
Yeah. That's what I meant by that's like the main point of it is it can cast Animal Messenger. That's like about it. And I already have that spell. So,
We're all good then.
Serpentine Owl would be cool, but no. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Because it's a lot of stuff, and I'm like struggling to find anything else that we haven't already figured out is going to be too expensive. And yeah. I think we're good.
Cool.
Yep.
Everybody goes
I
and gets a
will go
long
to-
rest.
Sleep.
Oh, my mom's not gonna bug me about my new markings?
She already had that conversation with you. You've caught her up to speed on helping.
I didn't know that I had. I thought I'd only told her about, the lich thing.
We kind of just skipped through it because we've had a lot of
Okay.
RP moments with you today.
I know. I'm just making sure my bases are covered.
As far as assisting with the village, your mother is capable of doing healing spells and curative stuff. She doesn't have much as far as defense aside from like the wall spells, and even then she has to remain relatively close for those and their concentration. So
Yeah.
she intends to stay within the church and assist with healing of guards and defensive measures around the church.
Okay. That's still something.
Which one of us has mold earth?
Me. Why?
It's an idea. It's just an idea.
Yeah.
How powerful or how much can you do with that?
Depends
Let
on how
me
long she
roll
spends
up
with
the
it. She can move a 5-foot amount of dirt 5 feet.
Okay, never mind.
Yep.
Never mind.
I mean, it's something I can do every
She
6
can make
seconds,
trenches in 6 seconds. A single
was-
trench.
I
A
was
single
more-
trench with
A single
I was-
5-foot trench.
I was more or less wondering about building a wall around the church.
I
or
mean,
like, could we not
You-
build
she
it takes a
can't.
multiple
long
trenches?
fucking time,
You
but
physically
no.
can't.
Oh, I physically can't?
Because of the way the spell works, you have to constantly be rolling it up other dirt. So, unless you wanted to make stairs, you couldn't make a wall.
Alright.
Now, could she make multiple trenches?
I mean, yeah, she could just continually make a trench. In order to do, like, along the entirety of the village would take her days.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh no, I
guys,
wasn't
here's
talking
the
about
problem.
around the village. Just
Mhm.
Here's a bigger problem. The changes only last an hour, according to the
Yeah.
spell.
oh, never mind.
I can change difficult terrain into normal terrain, apparently, but that also only lasts an hour. So yeah, wait a minute. Yeah.
Now we're
If you cast the spell multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time, and you dismiss such an effect as an action. Yeah. It is a bit limited. It's kind of good for, like, little shit.
Yeah.
Mostly descriptive stuff. I can earth glide! So I can sink into the ground for a few minutes and hide.
That might be something we have to do later.
Maybe, if something starts flying at me again. I might have to hide underground.
Dig a hole.
She doesn't have
this
to dig
would
a hole,
not
she just
require me
goes
to dig
through.
a hole. Meow. You've seen me do it, too. Yeah. Nope.
Yeah, so just to kick things off real quick,
Yeah.
before you all head to bed, in the newly crafted, fabricated beds, that he spent all of his spell slots making beds.
Is that what he did?
He used his spell
Okay.
slots making the window bartering, which is all expertly made because it was made via the fabricate spell. And he made beds that were all interconnected and then just separated them over a little while. He basically did Abyss's job,
Okay.
which
Also,
she
Nate,
missed
can you
out
do
on
me-
because she wasn't here.
Can you do me a favor, Nate, and add the Ring of Evasion, Quiver of Alona into my thing, because I kinda can't with Roll20 being the way it is.
Okay.
Being weird, and I don't know what to press without breaking something.
Something.
Okay,
Thank you.
so the Quiver of Ilona, otherwise known as the Efficient Quiver.
Yep.
And the Ring of Evasion.
Oh shit, I need to have it written down what's in there. Because I can hold a fuck ton of stuff in that thing.
Yeah, I gotta give you a sheet for the...
We can do that later, because I have all my arrows written down on my sheet of how much I have. But yeah, at some point, because I can have like javelins, I can have bolts, I can have a whole freaking arsenal in there.
You have a lot of sheets on your magic items tab.
Yes, I'm aware.
Anyway,
trying to
before you
learn
all
again.
go to sleep in the newly provided beds, your mother goes to the head priest, and she begins to ritually cast she begins to cast a spell that takes an hour to cast.
Ah,
So while you guys are all getting yourselves ready for a night's rest, she finishes casting, and you guys watch as the molt of his scales starts to snap up and reattach to his body as she casts Regenerate on his scales.
Good.
like I think my mom would do.
It's not a permanent fix for
No,
whatever
but
his
it might
ailment
bring
is.
him relief.
Mm-hmm.
Numerous items.
Huzzah.
She does come to you guys afterwards and ask if you have diamond dust from your journeys.
We have diamonds, but not the dust.
If you have a small diamond you're willing to part with, I may be capable of helping him.
1 second, and I start rummaging around as I open that damn thing back up. We've got 3 200 GP diamonds, which honestly we probably can give up a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah, I think those would be best.
Yeah. that's
Because the
fine.
others is a 500 and a 1,000.
Yeah.
And we should hold on to those for pretty obvious reasons.
Yep. I'm okay with giving one of the small ones.
okay, she takes it and she goes and finds a bowl and smashes it.
Does she just take one? Because I'll edit it.
She
Did
takes...
she just take one of the diamonds?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 200 GP worth diamonds. Save.
You guys all find yourself to rest. And as you awaken in the morning, your mother hands you the remaining 100 golds worth of diamond dust. And you see the priest is looking in high spirits. His scales are mended. He's looking slightly more alert.
You
hello.
feeling?
I'm feeling much better. I
How's
haven't
that?
felt like this since I was a child.
The wonders of nature magic.
Yes, well, I am studying to learn such magics of my own, but I am thankful to have it now when the town is going to need me. And thanks to you for providing the diamond.
It's no
I-
problem.
The services are available to you as you need. Not much
Thank you.
in the way of casting now, but I have medical knowledge. I can suture wounds and very good at patchwork, as it were.
I mean, that'll probably be good for if and when any of us go down and need stabilizing, but
If.
that's all I can think of. Or get poisoned. Who knows?
And the children had a very lovely time with the sweets that she made as well.
Oh, she made some after all.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was actually
I
told to
went
give you this, and he hands Amartya a small pouch with sticks sticking out of it.
Yeah.
She made rock
Thank
candy.
Ah,
Alright, one more set of people to talk to.
well,
Fuck.
I mean, if my mother is going with your mother to the Feywilds, that's going to be the best time to hand them
I thought my
candy.
mum was staying here. to
She
guard
will,
the
but
church. Oh,
that was one of the things that she can do.
right,
It's up
is
to
go
you
to
guys
the
if you
Feywild.
discuss.
Hop up on the bed.
Alright. This will be good for getting some more help. Speaking of, is this the next day or is it still the night
It's the
before?
next day.
It's the next day. This may sound like an odd question, sir, but has anybody seen a dark nymph at all? Today
I've not
or yesterday?
seen any nymphs, not in my lifetime.
Okay.
At this point, a puff of cloud floats in, and your father arrives, gives your mother a hug and a kiss, and comes over to you and gives you a pat on the head, and
Hi,
a
Dad.
very, very strong pinch on the cheek.
Ow, what the heck was that for?
Liches.
Okay. What part of not entirely my fault do I need to go into? Besides, whatever you do to me is probably not compared to what I've been doing in my head. Ow.
Part of being an adventurer and an adult
I
is making
knew.
mistakes and owning to
Mom
them.
already told me.
Yes, I'm sure she did. I'm here to help. I'll be at the front lines, as I usually am, for fights.
Thanks, Dad.
See if I can't call in some of the local wildlife. And I brought some friends. You see behind him are Kipcha and Kaz.
Poppers.
Hey.
His
Wait.
little boobos on his shoulder.
Are they gonna be okay?
So long as they're with me, they'll be fine.
Okay, I trust you. I come over and say hi to the wolves and pet Boobo. Hey guys!
Kipcha
Having
is
fun!
stern and happy, but Kaz just rolls over.
All the belly rubs for Kaz.
Kipcha gets jealous at some point and just plops on top of Kaz.
I assuming we're going to need breakfast, yeah?
The head priest motions towards the kitchen dinette area, and there's breakfast has been prepared.
Oh, okay.
It's the least I could do with how energized I was this morning.
I mean, that's fair. We'll eat and then go assist the hunters with more barricade building and whatnot.
You see all of the blood hunters are passed out in nearby beds. Just like one leg hanging off, mouth wide open, hats over their eyes.
Seems about right.
Nicholas is awake already.
Good morning.
Mm.
That's about right.
I'm gonna go check to see if I can spy Fezra at all. Maybe if I'm lucky.
You
Or
should eat breakfast
unlucky.
first.
Yeah, I probably should eat breakfast.
You guys have a moderate breakfast. This is the church's own supplies, so it's nothing fancy.
It's fine.
Breakfast is had. Your mother and father discuss battle plans.
Strategies.
They talk like a pair of old adventurers, so it's pretty much the same thing that you guys have been talking about. Well, we could do this and that, but maybe not. We'll do this and that.
They probably have more cohesion because they've been doing it for longer.
I mean, probably.
We've been only going at it for a few months, and almost 2 years when it comes to our players. But they know more about what the fuck they're doing, and probably have more options.
Nicholas, in the meantime, is trying to have a discussion with Valeria about strategy. He has done his fair share of trap work, so he's trying to teach her some of his trap knowledge.
I will ask Nicholas if the hunters need anything.
No, but I'm sure they'll want some kind of ale or spirits for the night times.
I'm sure I can procure that.
Other than that, I suggest we leave the guard and the townsfolk to doing the building. You all have different talents that could be more useful. Valeria and I will set up perimeter traps. Anything we can do to catch the slow and stupid ones.
I'm sure that's going to be an issue.
And you should as well think about your abilities and how you'll make use of them in this. Abyss. I'm told you're learning to use thieves' tools and the like. Would you like to assist with the setting of traps? Just pass out again. Man, she must have had a long day.
Sleepy girl. I mean, fair. I think a lot of us have had a very long week, day, couple of hours.
Coffee.
Very long coffee. We will say, for the sake of it, that Abyss does go along, because more knowledge about traps is technically more knowledge about thieves' tools, so it is of use to her.
Makes sense. Either thieves' tools or tinkering. Since she's learning thieves' tools, it works.
Lufier, your skills as a chef would be good for trying to raise morale. You can assist with trap setting. You can go with your mother if the Feywild is a destination you guys want to hit up.
If it's something that's gonna happen, like I don't want to risk the attack happening while we're gone. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's the main issue with any of us main party members going to the Feywild.
I would love to go, don't get me wrong, but
Wait.
if the attack's risky.
Does my mom have a higher chance of getting us back sooner? Since I'm assuming she's gone to the plains more often?
So, that's the thing with it's the Feywild that's the issue, not the caster. The Feywild fucks up the... Yeah, she will also warn you that the less people going, the better, because there is a chance you will lose your memories.
In that case,
and there's another chance that you'll age by several years.
Yeah, I'll stay.
I think the only one who could get away with that is Amardia, but still, I mean,
if you can get away with it again, he's an elf again, but...
True.
She can cure the memory loss if it comes to it, but the less people the better, because she doesn't want to have to keep using up diamonds.
In that case, probably the best bet is just her and Lufier's mom going. I mean, I'm sure my mom can talk up any Fae if that's something we can do.
Now, would she know if she lost her memory?
Someone would know if she lost her memory.
Your dad would know.
Yeah.
And he also has Greater Restoration prepared.
That makes sense. Makes all the sense.
My
The only
mom
other thing I could say is one of us going with to talk to the Fae.
If one of us are going, I would go. But as I said, I don't want to risk not being here if the attack happens.
I mean, if you're
Yeah.
sending a spokesperson,
It probably
Perhaps-
should be Lorelai.
yeah, unless she has other plans for the day. She's already been through most of the town.
Well, now you'll pro trip.
To the Feywild. Gonna go
Chaos
give some
incarnate?
candies to some pixies in exchange for summoning Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Hey! Be
Okay.
freaking useful.
That sounds like fun.
Go for it.
Okay. So
I've gotta
you
keep
two
an eye
are
out
off
for a
to
lamp
the
pad.
Feywild.
And whatever chaos she brings with her.
You three are heading into the woods.
Wait. Lorelai's going to the Feywild?
Yeah,
Yeah. With my
That's
mom
what you just
and
agreed
Lucier's
to.
mom.
I can talk to Peter. That is a thing.
you could go talk to Peter. You could also go try and find the dryad that Amartya planted,
Yep.
who was with Peter.
Hey, tell her I
Wait,
have a
if
grove
she's
she
with
can
Peter-
come and be in if she wants to.
If she's with Peter, we can just teleport to Peter and then.
Can we?
Yeah,
I have-
Lorelai can play a song that'll teleport her to Peter while she's on the Feywild.
That's
But
sure.
that's not guaranteed to be near where my father would be.
No, it would only be guaranteed to be near Peter and the dryad,
And who knows how
which
far
would be
away-
possible Fey. Peter would be an ally, for sure, especially with bribery.
Got some rock candy.
Hey, so small question. If Lufier's mom goes there, would she be able to come back with his father? I'm assuming
Yeah.
because he can. Yeah.
His
So why
father
don't-
is an arc druid, so
So why don't Lufier's mother? What's her name? I keep forgetting.
It's in the thing. I don't know.
Where thing? Where did you write it down? Is the question.
Somewhere in the mess it is the chat in Discord.
yeah, and you didn't write it in the player area, you wrote it
will
in the regular
find it.
dungeoneering, so it is lost.
We'll find it
I
time.
feel like it's Ophelia or something. That
Allura.
doesn't sound right. Allura, thank you.
Yeah,
Ah, that's right, because Allura Visoran. That I made that reference last time. Anyways, so
and his
Allura
father
can
Yinfer.
go- Allura can go look for his father, and then she can be brought back with him.
Oops.
I've already spoken with her about the possibility of they're not even being back by the time the fight happens. We're aware of that. Lorelai and my mom can go to Peter and the Dryad, where there's probably a lot of Fae there that would be susceptible to, bribery of candy. Or there's a possibility at the very least. That sound like a good idea? Because then either way, the two groups have ways of coming back home.
I mean, it sounds good to me.
Because your mother has a specific destination to teleport to, because she's heading to the moon woods. Bleh.
Okay.
La 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 la.
She can teleport directly there, and then Lorelai can poof directly to Peter.
Yeah, that sounds like the best course of action there.
Sounds good to me.
And Lorelai can do a bunch of talking now.
What?
Eh?
You get to go talk to some Fae and convince them to help our asses.
Man, I told you I'm like brain dead today.
I'm
Well, we can
sorry,
wrap
you're
up
the
session.
bard.
We can wrap up session here then, because Ronnie's brain dead and needed for an important conversation. Abyss is asleep.
Yeah.
And kind of need some rolls.
Rolls rolls.
Okay, that works.
Are they
This
dinner
is-
rolls?
They are not dinner rolls.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I could do the conversation